Hello and welcome to a special episode of From the Office to the Hockey with me, Danny Anderson, and Darren McMahon. We've got a new sponsor to a few players and a few, not us in general, card from Darts DNA, but we'll get to that in a wee second. Darren's going to do a shout out to the sponsors.
Big shout out to What's the Point, www.whatsthepoint.shop for all your points and dart needs. Get on there. Ink Apparel for mine and Danny's, obviously, shirts for the pods. You've got BVD Darts, Northern Ireland leading dart specialist for all your customised Orkies, surrounds. Get in touch with him. Also, Darts DNA, a new one that's joined the team. You've also got L Style Global also as well. All the links for the sponsors will be in the bio.
He's good, isn't he, Carl? He is good at that, like.
He's all right. He's really good at reading.
That's on the top of his head.
I wish I had something, mate, because I mumble a wee bit, but there's nothing wrote down. I don't read anything like that.
Very good. I can hear my kids. So there's a couple of comments. And anyone wants to comment, can you see the comments and the boys, can you?
I can see, very small here. I've got Aaron, who runs the TikTok for Darts DNA. Hello, Aaron. How are you? Good evening, mate. And then I see Freddie there as well.
Is that better?
Yes.
Is that better?
Slightly.
We've got that, or that. Which one? That? Go with that.
Alright, that's better.
I can read them out as they're coming in anyway. We'll just get straight into it. The first question we always like to ask, Carl, is who is the most famous person on your phone?
Oh, nothing to do with darts, actually. Most famous person in my phone is an ex-professional footballer, a guy called Matthew Connolly.
Right.
So, yeah, nothing to do with darts. If most famous person in darts, I'm going to give him a shout out because he did a video for his product, and within a day he got 1 million views on Instagram. It's my old pal Ruthless from Pro Hockey. I don't know if you've seen it. I think he's probably one of the most famous people in darts right now. I shared the post for him, and I still get 10 messages a day. When's this going live? When's this going live? But yeah, in terms of the most famous person in my phone book, he's not a darts player, but can change. We'll go for you, Danny.
There we go. That's it. We'll made it there.
You've made it. You're actually in my phone book. You're actually not just a phone number.
There you go. You're making me blush there. You're making me blush there. So Carl, we'll just get into it and we can discuss. We'll go with your darts. How did you get into darts? How did you start? Where did you start? And anything in between.
Well, do you know what? Yeah, well, I'm 45 this year. I had to think then. But I'm 45 this year, and when I was growing up,
what? Oh,
yeah, you meant to go. You don't look a day over 50. That's what I was expecting. So, that's what I get all the time.
To be fair, mate, I wouldn't put you in that age bracket, mate.
No, I'll take that as a compliment.
This is a question we always want. What age do you think Mac is?
He don't look a day over 45 either.
Comment what age you think Mac is in the comments.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
Don't. Danny just likes this. Don't do that.
It's a family-friendly show. Be kind. But yeah, my mum and dad had pubs, and I grew up in Manchester. And from the age of like 12, 13, I used to just start chucking darts with the darts team. And then they said, "Oh, do you want to play one day?" And I was like, "Yeah." And there was actually a guy from Northern Ireland who moved over, a guy called Billy, and he was a proper shark. He would shark everybody at pool. Like he would shark everybody. He would make 200 quid a weekend at my mum's pub just by sharking people. And then I can't remember the guy's real name, but everyone called him Ashley because he liked Ashley from Coronation Street. And they were our two best pool players. And they would just go around the whole town and shark people. And then people end up coming to the pub and go, "You two." Yeah. Anyway, so they got me into playing darts. And Billy used to get a fiver on the dartboard. Right here, right in the middle. And he said, if you can hit it 3 times, you can have the fiver. But here's the crack. You got to stand at the hockey. Then you have to take one big step forward and then another big step forward. Nobody could do it because obviously your projection like that when you throw the dart, it's naturally going up. So no, he's already won loads of money doing that. But anyway, he got me into playing darts. So I was playing in the pub leagues in the 90s. And then like started working and didn't go to many pubs really with dartboards, never had one at home. Picked up again probably, I don't know, 15 years ago. And then kids came along and that got pushed away. But seriously again now, 3 or 4 years I've been back into playing darts again now. But I'm literally, it's every day I'm playing darts now.
Do you do ADCs or?
No, I had a very brief stint in the Calder, which is City of London Darts Association. Played in a few online leagues, but then Chopper Darts, my YouTube channel, kind of started taking off a bit. And from that point, it's been really hard to say, okay, I can do this. Plus, my son plays in so many football teams. It's 5 days a week he's got football. So to committing to do something in an evening, and the reason I stopped playing the online leagues as well for a while is because I just don't have the time and I don't like letting people down. That's my main thing. That's one of my main things in life is don't let people down. And if I can't commit to something, I don't put my name to it. But yes, as time starts permitting a little bit more over the summer, I might join the local pub league again or get back online and start playing the online as well.
So I'm thinking about it with partners anyway. Everyone say love you to Leah.
Night. But no, that's
Love you.
that's the thing with darts, isn't it? As soon as something big comes along, i.e. like kids and that, mate, it does some. It's just got to get pushed to one side for a bit, innit, before until they're at that age where you can start playing darts again. Obviously, online leagues is a bit easier. Playing one myself, mate. So it does that they help me, and I'm a big fan of the online leagues, mate. Especially the one I play in the new, mate. All the guys are great, late, some quality players, and it just lets you get the practice in that you need, doesn't it?
And
Yeah,
all
well,
the
yeah,
ladies, Mac, for
100%.
you, is it easier? Because your house is a bit like I rang him the other day, right? It was today, was it? And you were playing an
Aye.
online game, and he says, "I'm playing an online game here," and I says, "Right," and I says, "Right, I'll ring you back." He goes, "No, look and talk," and then there's silence for like a minute, and I was like, I'll just ring you back later on, Darren. I'll just ring you back later on." His house is there's I don't know how he constitutes that house throwing darts like.
It's good for it. It's good. It's mentally preparing you for when you go somewhere. Then when you go to
Distractions
places and it's quiet.
everywhere.
Then
Yeah.
when you go to venues and they're quiet, it's like, oh no, there's no noise, man, and you can hear everything. You're like, oh no.
You're looking for Simba.
Nah, somebody get YouTube by a dog barking in the background so I can play darts.
Have
Loads of
you
kids
two ever
shouting.
crossed paths in online? No.
Say again.
Have you two ever crossed paths then online? No.
I don't think so. No,
I
not
don't think so,
not no. I've never had the privilege of being beaten by him.
No, mate.
That's
So
what the
I used
case
to-
would be.
To be fair, mate, I played in a few, mate. I played in like the ODL. I played in the one I'm in the new Darts Night. It's called, mate. But there's not the thing is, mate. There's thousands of
Yeah.
online leagues, like Discord leagues, WhatsApp leagues, Facebook Messenger leagues, Scholia, Omni. It's mental.
Yes,
Aaron,
I think
I
the
remember
issue
trying that
was
£5 game. So I was just reading the comment. I remember trying that £5 game. Aaron McNeil said.
yeah, it's try it next time down the pub. If like, make sure no one's watched this. But yeah, you've got to throw your dart from lower to hit it. Otherwise, you're £5 down or £5 up if you've put it on the board. Get the kids to do it. Wipe them all out. All the pocket money for the week.
They don't so cards now. They don't carry cash. It's like,
But for me, man, the online leagues are massive. Obviously, COVID kicking in is what's kicked all these online leagues off. So
Yeah.
it's good. It's good again if you've got somebody that's just playing in a pub league once or twice a week, and then you've got one or two online games. Then you're playing 3-4 nights a week anyway. So it's good game practice. Which I like.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think some of the issue with it around it is there's always good guys on there, but I remember one of the leagues I played in, and there's a guy who was like, oh, I'm on holiday, and it was my last game of the league, and I was like, either going to go up or stay in the same division. And there wasn't any provision for like him not fulfilling his game, so I didn't get an automatic 7-0 win, for example. It was just like, oh, well, that's a shame. And it's like, well, I actually wanted to go up a division. So that's what I mean about when I said I don't like letting people down. This guy said, oh, I'm back from holiday on Thursday. Let's play the Saturday. I was like, cool, let's book in a time now so I know that I can be free. And I stood at the hockey and I probably played for an hour and a half of just playing checkout practice on my own, waiting for him. And then he texted me at 9 o'clock at night, went, oh, sorry about that. I'm like, good one. And that's the thing. And then, but then the other slight issue I have with it is that not all of them, because there's so many good ones out there, but one of the ones I played in, there was too many games in a short period of time. So you're
Aye.
kind of having to commit to playing 3 or 4 games a week at best of 7, which doesn't sound a lot, but if you try and cram it in one night, you can't do it.
Aye.
And when you're time poor, then it's really difficult to fulfill it. And that's kind of the main reason why I stopped doing it, because I just wasn't able to commit. And I don't like
Aye.
I say, letting people down. It's not my thing.
So for me, the one I'm in, it's you play 2 league games a week, mate, and then if you do well in the cup, you play in the cup game as well, mate. So you're
Yeah.
doing three a week, mate, which is alright because all the guys are brand new, mate. So like I think it's like Sunday to Sunday to play your league game, and then Friday to Friday to play your cup game, mate. So it's alright, mate. You got a lot of time to do it, mate. And the guys are like, oh, well, if you can't fit your league game in, you've got stuff on, then you can squeeze it in towards the end. So they give you a bit of leeway in that, but there is obviously point deductions if you don't turn up to that game, then you will lose the game.
Yeah, that's a good thing, because you don't want to be stood at the hockey. It's, when you're busy, you've got a full-time job, and then you make time in the evening, for example, to play the game, and someone doesn't turn up. That's the last thing you want. But like I say, I had a great crack. I'm still like, that's how, like, Aaron, who's watching now, he that's how me and him became mates, through one of the darts leagues. I've not been in it for a long time now, but we're still pals, and we text every day. And let's say he helps me with the darts DNA over on TikTok.
Do you use dart counter? The league I play in is like everybody uses dart counter. Most of the boys they play have got Omnis. I'm obviously a Scolia guy, so I just use dart counter on my phone for the games. But most of the guys use Omni, so it's a decent league and it runs smooth.
Yeah,
we
you should
tried
swap.
one day. Sorry, we tried one day. Do you ever the NACA days?
No,
No.
you never played online on Naka? Naka number
No.
one?
No.
No, I've heard of it, but I've never used it. Yeah.
Well, our use, so we had it one day. Everyone, me and Darren were off work, and we tried to get the. My goodness me, it was shocking. They hadn't a clue what they were doing. Kai, he was cracking up. He couldn't get the thing working. Lee couldn't get it working. Me and Darren was, I had it screaming on this. It was just a disaster. I said never again. These are supposed to be, these wee boys supposed to know all about computers and all. They haven't a clue what they're doing. They're so used to Scolias and all that, and Omnis, you know.
See, I think they're really good. Like, I see on Reddit all the time, people going, "Oh, should I get a Scolia, or should I get an Omni?" I see it on Facebook. What's the best one? Look, I think Scolia is the best one because I've had both systems. But the reason purely is because of what it records. I think the Omni and Darts counter has got the better platform because it's got more users. The barrier to using it is lower because you don't even need a camera. You don't need an Omni to play somebody else. But Scolia to Scolia is that one. But for me, the reason I got it was to track my stats mainly, but also it allowed me to play competitive games. And that's the main thing. So people go, "Oh, you're lazy because you use a Scolia." It's like, well, I don't even look at the score on there. I see what I'm on because I want to know what I'm finished, but I don't go the way that the Scolia tells me to. Mainly because I'll just keep hitting 26s till I get down to a finish, right? And then hit double 13.
But no, you're right, mate. Again, this is one of the things that, like, my Friday night team, so we're playing last night in the playoff, mate, to see who was to win the league. Both, no matter what, both of us are promoting to Div 1, mate. Obviously, the guys that, I think there's 4 or 5 of them, mate, that have been playing for like 10 months in their kitchen, never played competitive until the start of the season, mate. And that's what I was saying to them. I was like, "Oh, we've got checkout cards." I'm like, "Get rid of the checkout cards. They're like, people swear by them. I hate them. Like, I hate the checkout cards of that.
with their hand, like had with their
They're
pocket.
terrible. They're terrible because that's you going into, well, this is how you'll throw for 72. They'll tell you to go 42, whatever way. Whereas I'm like, no, you go, if you like double tops or you like double 12 or double 16, then you go the way that's going to leave one of the doubles. Like, there's no point in you going this way if you don't like double 18. Why would you leave double 18? It's like, for me, 122, I like 25 treble 19 tops, whereas you'll see everybody else will be 18 treble 18 they'll go that way, you know. And I'm just like, that's not for me. I've got my own set ways for checkouts, just like you're saying. It's like, so for me, it's like, when I've got the Scolia on me, I've got the checkouts. So if it's like 120, it'll tell you single, treble, double. that's turned off, so I can't see what that's telling me to go for, because
Yeah,
I
I've
like
got that turned off as well.
aye,
Yeah, because I
'cause
think
I like my own
also,
roots.
yeah, but also you've got to be able to think on the spot because we're not professionals. Obviously, you do all right for yourself, Mac. But when you're playing a game and you're a sub 70 level, this is what I think anyway. You can't be going, I'm going to hit a treble 14 on cue. If your score is saying treble 14, 11 and then double tops to finish, it's like, how are you going to hit that on cue if if you can't hit a treble 20 regularly enough? I did a video for Chopper Darts about setting up your checkouts. You've got to be able to think for yourself. Go, if your omni or your card or your scully is saying go hit treble 13 to leave a double 10, like what if you miss
No,
it? You've
aye,
got to know what's
I
going
would
to
say
happen. So
people
if
would
you leave a
argue that.
single, then you're going to be knackered because you've hit
aye,
an odd
aye.
number.
I
So
would
you've
say
got to be
people
able
would
to think
argue
on
that
your
and say
feet more.
if you can't do that, then you probably shouldn't have a school. I would say that would be the argument back from people. No, don't think no, that would be at the stand. That's it. I'm saying.
Like, when you go into that school lobby, mate, you see people with like 39 averages. You're like, should they really be playing in a school there? Well, pros and cons. Cons are they're not learning to count for themselves, blah blah blah. But the pros to it is they're learning the checkouts. They are learning because obviously they're reading them. So the next time, let's say 5 games in a row, they're on 65. They'll know to go 25 tops or treble 15 tops, double 10. You know what I mean? So they'll start to learn it. So yes, they're not doing it themselves, but they will slowly learn how to do it. So if you, let's say, I don't know, you've got, I don't know, 61, like treble 7 for tops. If you learn that one checkout and practice it all week, then at the end of the year, you'll know 26 checkouts on the top of your head.
Yeah.
And you're that much that you know what to say at least.
100%. It's like once you've hit something so many times, it's like Owen Bink says it. Like sometimes he'll not even have to count because he knows straight away. But treble 20, treble 19, treble 5, he knows it's 132 in his head. He knows
But
straight away.
we
But
have a
just
darts
because of the
referee.
rhythm, just because of it.
We haven't released that pod yet. Where I think I'm still trying to edit your math out of it, Mac. Mac
Mate,
Mac's
sometimes,
math that day was we have the dart referee on, and Mac is
yeah.
his,
But
his
everybody has
counting wasn't on
everybody
for
has
that
brain
day.
farts, mate. Everybody has brain farts, mate. You've seen professionals doing it on the TV, mate. We all have brain farts, mate. You don't need to edit nothing. You put it out, mate. If
I'm
people
only
give
joking.
me
That's it.
no, but
Yeah.
if people give me stick, then it's a learning curve, isn't it?
That's Ansley's checkout. That's my favourite Mac in it.
See, for 108 for me is 17 treble 17 tops.
Nah, I got Tommy Morris. That's his favourite checkout as well. He's doing.
All my checkouts are they centre around tops. Hence why I go certain ways for certain numbers.
Yeah.
I like
Like,
using
my
treble
favourite doubles
16s.
too. So
But then again, if you like 16s, then you can go treble 16, single 20 tops.
Yeah,
You know,
that's it. 'Cause if I focus around that area, so if I know if I'm just slightly out, for me, if it's even numbers, it's much easier for me to do the math really quick in my head.
Right.
When I have to start going, oh, actually, I've hit a treble 7 by accident, then I've got to really think about it. But if I hit a single 16 and know what I've got to do next, I can go 16 to tops or 8s to back to
So-
double 16s for whatever I'm on.
Probably 17s is probably the way not to go, like, but again, if you're in 16s and you hit 8, then you know you're treble 20 tops. So you've always got that layoff shot just in case it doesn't go for you. You know what I mean? If you hit obviously the 16, you know it leaves you treble 20 for double 16.
Yeah,
So
so I like using the
Aye.
because my maths is okay every day. My maths is fantastic, but sometimes when it comes to the board, I'm a bit like 'cause I just get a bit frazzled because I'm in the zone too much, and then I have to actually stop and think. But stopping and thinking sometimes is not a bad thing.
So that's another thing that my Friday night team struggle with, mate. They don't on the hockey, mate. They're just both they get a mind, they get a blank, and they just throw their darts. Whereas I'm
that's
saying like
new dart players, Mac. That's
step,
new dart
not
players.
100%, but I'm like step back, take a breather, ask the marker what you've got left, and then calculate it in your head, and then step up. Like, and some of the boys were doing it last night, almost last game of the season. But that shows me they're learning and they're listening, mate, for next season. So that's what a big thing is. You have people moaning about time, but if you're a new player to darts, take your time. Don't rush. Because
Yeah.
once you're panicking, you rush, your darts will fly everywhere.
Yeah,
So
I've got a video
just-
coming out soon about I call it a 2-second reset. and it's whether you've got a recount or you've just chucked a bad dart or you've just missed a double. I do it all of the time now. So if I miss a double and it's my first dart, I'm like, okay, cool. Let's take a step back, reset my focus, and then go again. Some people are like, well, you're not in the flow. It's like, yeah, no, but I've missed it. And if I've missed it by a bloody mile, I need to reset. If I've missed it by an inch, I'll just carry on. But yeah, I think when you're under the pressure, taking a step back, even for a second or two, and then stepping back into it gives you that moment just to reset your brain and refocus in.
Just sorry,
Reset,
boys. Just
reset, realign, re-engage.
Sorry, say it again, Mac. I cut across you. Sorry, go ahead.
So as I saying, step back. So you're resetting, you're stepping back up, you're realigning it, and then you're re-engaging with it.
Just I've received a few text messages. One was Lee Shields, and his question was, "Who is Darts DNA?"
Me.
So, and this is Lee. Lee can't see anyone else got a sponsorship. That's just he's slipping around. He's going, why I got this one? You know what I mean? So his mum's just texting. Lee wants to know who Darts DNA is. So take the stage and explain. Samuel's mum's texting said, "Is he coming on?" So I might throw Samuel in and congratulate him by today, and you can chat to him because
That was it. That
Yeah,
was my next
absolutely, yeah.
question. Who is Darts DNA? How did it begin, and where did you get the idea from?
Well, it's all self-centered really, because it's all about me. Because it was from me and my journey that it all came along. So I think it was probably about, I don't know, 18 months ago, when I started doing darts online, and I started on Twitch. And then one of the guys in my office said, "Why don't you do a YouTube channel?" And I'm like, nah, I don't know if I'd be any good at it, basically. So, and it kind of just went okay. I mean, I found a lane and stuck to it. So basically with Chopper Darts UK, it's all about my journey, but it's not just about, oh, this is me getting better at darts. It's more, this is what I'm struggling with at any moment. And then I'll put that into a video to show people that you can search the internet for help with people at your level. Because a lot of the advice you see online is from professionals, ex-professionals, or darts coaches. And a lot of those people have forgotten what it's like to be a 35, 40 average player trying to improve. Because somebody that's a pro or a professional back at, saying to you, "Oh, just do this." It's like, cool, but how do I do it? What did you do in that situation? And that's what my channel is all about. And then from there, I've been trying to improve my game. And that's what Chopper Darts is. It's all about me trying to improve my game and helping people improve theirs. Not from a coaching point of view or a professional, because clearly I'm not. And I always say that on my videos, just to make it very clear that I'm not a coach or a professional. But it's about the relatability of it all.
Sorry to jump in there, mate, but I think that's something that the darts community, not just the world, the darts community needs, mate, because I don't think there's that many people out there that are running about the grassroots level, mate. So I think that's a great idea, mate. Because as you said, there's too many people that's been up at that level, mate, and there's people below them that might think, well, he's played at this level. They're really maybe a wee bit scared to go to them. But if they're seeing somebody that's running about at this, not the same average, but running about the same player or a wee bit better, they'll think, well, maybe he can help me a wee bit. So fair play, mate. I like that, man. That's a cracking idea.
Me doing what I do is it was surprised how poor I am. Like, I'm not. They used Samuel's. I'm gonna bring him on the email. He can tell you how bad I am. It's amazing how I can do what I'm doing, but that's just, I've got a good eye for a player. That way we can look. But I'm amazed by what these boys do. And I try to say at the Darn, he's talking about his pub team, and I said to Darn, you don't realise how you must look like a god to them boys. Some people, I've said on Mick Fell's podcast, some people have never seen a 180 before. There's some people, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, and that's so with it as well is that I saw some videos and I'm like, okay, so when I first started, it was a mess. It was all over the place. It wasn't really about my journey. It was like, oh, look at me, I can do a trick shot. I can throw a dart through a polo. Brilliant. who wants to watch me do that? Who am I? And like, why would people
I would
watch
like to
it?
see that.
You'd be
Well,
surprised,
you're not
man.
going to see it. You're not going to see it on this video, but maybe I'll do a little YouTube short for you, Danny. Just a special one for you.
Mate, I've seen
But
Takes you
people
time and see how
throwing.
long it took.
Mate, I've seen people throwing darts through ring pools of cans on TikTok and getting 1 million views, mate. Well, maybe not 1 million, like, but 100,000 views, mate. So you'd be surprised, mate.
yeah, well, but that's great. But like when I watch stuff, I quite like to, I like to learn. And I'm not saying I'm a bookworm, but if I want to get better at something, so when you're like football to any other sport, it's great because a lot of the darts players are accessible to people. They are accessible. They're not like footballers or golfers or tennis players. You can't get anywhere near them. It's accessible for everybody. And that's what darts should be. It's not elitist. So when you've got a professional darts player saying to hit your doubles, just throw your doubles. That's just like going to Ronaldo and going, how do you score them penalties? Well, just kick it in the net.
That sounds
Great.
easy to me.
But how do you kick it and kick it into the net? And that's, the bit that people don't see yet. And look, I'm not a coach and I never proclaimed to be one. But when you're watching people in your struggle, it's not about watching me and copying what I do. It's this was the problem I had and this is how I went about fixing it. If it works for you, top. But that's the channel. That's Chopper Darts UK. Thanks, Aaron. It is an amazing channel. But what keeps me going is the comments like that Aaron's saying there. It's an amazing channel. Almost every video I put out, there's people that send me messages, either direct messages or comments in the YouTube channel, in the pages there saying, look, your channel's really helped me out. There's nothing like it, etc., etc. So that just keeps me driving and keeps me going. But where Darts DNA came from, well, there we go. It's but it is, that's, if people didn't like it, I wouldn't do it. And when you get nice comments, you want to keep doing it. And if it's helping people, I'll do it. Even if it helps one person, that doesn't bother me. I'm helping somebody.
Hit Darn there, because in a way I'm just going because it's something that he wouldn't think of, because he's the way he was just saying to you earlier on about doing checkouts and all, but you're saying that you wouldn't even know where to go there, and because it's so natural to Darn, he forgets it, that way. That's like nothing. Do you know what I mean? Like that's a great channel to have there. What he's doing there, because it is for people to look at a normal person. And the Mick fell streaming, but if you've watched his progress, he's doing something like that where he's not claiming to be a great dart player, but he's going the pro development tour and stuff. So
yeah, well, I won't be doing that.
But for me, mate, everything. It's all muscle. It's muscle memory, mate. That's what darts really is, mate. It's muscle memory. Like when you're on certain numbers, you're like, right, all right, I need to go here. Like 305, like I know, all right, I need to go treble 18 here.
Yeah.
302, 303, 306 is all the same. You know you need to go 18s, 19s to get down to a finish. So it all becomes like second nature. So once you've been on 108 so many times, you know, right, I'm 17s here. And then if you hit 2 17s, you need to switch to treble 18.
Yeah.
Like it's just the way I know things and the way I go about things. So,
yeah. And then the Darts DNA bit came from, so through the Chopper Darts UK channel, I got I'm good friends, I would say, with the founder of Go Darts Pro. So we've doing lots of work together. So I've done giveaways, and I try and promote Go Darts Pro as much as possible because it's a super training app. And then through that, he's introduced me to Ramon from Training Darts. So he's now my darts coach. And he does the throw analysis part of Darts DNA, which I'll get onto in a bit. So Darts DNA came because he was showing me the breakdown of my throw. So we had a big, long session. So I was chucked, I think, 3 or 4 visits at the board. Then we slowed it down. And we went through it all, and he showed me like this, that, and the other. And then I said to him, I said, look, I'm not sure that the dart I'm using is working for me. And it's my Paradigm Torpedoes, which are now in a box up on that shelf. And I've thought for a long 2 years, there's just not something right with this. I'm messing around messing around with my grip. Every time I pick it up, I'm holding it in a different place. So I went down to Darts GB in Enfield. I had a chat with one of the guys who works there. And I said, I think I want to try a scallop, but it has to be at the back because the middle one, I don't hold it in the middle, I hold it at the back. So he said to me, try this shot Toki. And as soon as I got it in my hand, chucked it, I was like, in the shop, I was hundreds, 110s, 140s. You know, I was hitting great numbers with it. But we all know that dart shops have got magnets in the treble 20 section, right, to make you buy the darts. We all know that it's not a rumor, it's true. But anyway, I gone back home and it continued. And I'm like, that's what's been missing for all that time. And I thought, if I've been playing for, you know, let's even forget all the years back when, for the past 3 or 4 years, I've been playing with a straight or a torpedo barrel and it's not felt right. How many other people are playing with the wrong dart barrel? Especially people like me. I'm not saying people like you, Matt, because you know exactly what you like. You know, you've been playing for many years. But if you're starting or getting to a point where you're improving, the right dart makes just as much difference. And some people go, you should be able to throw a pencil. It's like, well, no, I can't because I'm not good at darts.
Just on that there, we're going to introduce, is he away now, is he? Has he left? We Samuel.
No,
here
he's
he comes.
here.
So this is, let's see, I'm going to let him introduce himself. Look at the face, I can see him right there. So this is, I've just actually looked up a few things. So Samuel, go on, son. So first of all, Samuel, congratulations. You've done me very proud. So go ahead, Samuel, what did you win today?
I got the quarterfinal and I've qualified for the Home Nations.
What's that mean?
I'll be representing Northern Ireland.
And I think saying
Scotland.
that out loud's bad.
Over at Bonnie, Scotland. Come on.
So
Mate, that's
Samuel,
top work. Absolutely unbelievable work.
You're talking about improvement, right? I've just looked, Samuel, your first ever series with me, 21st of January, right? Ruthless Youth Development Series 1.0. You averaged 39.
Oh.
And you still beat Danny 3-0.
Your first ever tournament, you played 10 legs and lost all 10.
Yeah.
And now you're playing for Northern Ireland. And
Yeah.
a year, what? Just over a year and a half?
Yeah.
There you go.
No,
I'm
well,
good,
you
aren't
were-
I? I'm good, Samuel, aren't I? Like, it's all about me. Like, I got it for you.
Yeah.
Samuel,
No, let him
take all the
tell you a
credit.
funny story.
No, this wee boy here, honestly, he's the funniest.
Everything Danny's
most-
taught you and taught you what today, mate, it's came for me, mate. So congratulations, wee man.
Nice.
No, how do you feel, wee man, knowing that in a couple of weeks' time or a couple of months' time you're going to be over in Scotland representing your country?
Yeah.
Proud?
Yeah.
This is the quietest I've ever heard this kid. This is mental.
Let me ask you a question. When you was playing today, Samuel, how was everything for you? How did you feel when you was playing?
Well, the first game I was a bit nervous, and then when I got in the swing of things, I was doing all right.
What was your biggest checkout today?
91.
That'll do you. Treble 17 tops?
No, it was 19, and then I hit like treble 16 and hit double 13 or something.
Oh, use 3 darts.
See,
Max going, use the 17s.
Well, again, that's a natural way to go, isn't it?
Samuel's quite
Yeah.
But you didn't know if you hit treble 19 at the left, you like, what's it, double 17 or something.
Yeah.
Fair play, mate. Fair play. Is someone in Sammy's body? He's quiet as a mouse. Is that Dangerous Dave?
That's
Aye.
changed shape. But Carl, last night we spoke on the phone and we talked about sponsoring the players and stuff, and you said you wanted to do certain things for certain people, and I gave you a name who was going to win. I told you Ben would win the regionals, and I said I have a feeling someone's going to do something, and I'll hold his off until he gets it tomorrow. And was it right?
You was
Yeah.
very correct. You was very correct. When we had that conversation last night, I was stood here. I had my phone up on one of my tripods there, so I had you on loudspeaker and I was chucking darts. And when he was chatting like about the kids, he was like, it was, you could see the passion so clear, and you just know what, like he just knew there was not just you, all the other boys that he was talking about. He just knows what you're capable of, and have someone like that backing you. Keep him close, because like if someone's that backing you that much at this age, this early on, the only place you can go is higher, mate, because that's all you need. People around you believe in you, not telling you you're good, believing in you. And that's you know, testament to Danny, and the way he was chatting about you and the other kids last night was fantastic. And everything he told me last night happened today.
Mhm.
He didn't tell me the lottery numbers, but he told me about darts players.
Well, and I told you who would. Honestly, I've done it before. It's I know what it is. I can call it. But many times, Mac, the 2 times we had Thomas and Leon, we waited to put their pods out until literally. I said that they'll win the qualifiers that day, and they did. It's mad. It's
You do call it, mate. I'll give you that.
but no, this beat out here is just a. I was saying to Mac earlier on, it really hit me, to be honest. Like, I've had Lee and Thomas because we've brought them in and Christian and stuff, but him doing that today, to be honest, I broke down. He's made me so proud, like, because I just reading that out there, reading that out there, and he could have give up, and he didn't. You know what I mean? He could have, he came, he's still a wee idiot, like, you know what I mean? But he's done me really proud, honestly, he has. So there you go, Samuel. That's the nicest thing I'll ever say. That's live on YouTube. We can't take that back now.
No.
You'll never
Samuel,
you'll never
let me
hear
ask you a question, right? So when you first series 1 with Danny and you was averaging 39, what do you think's been the biggest thing that he's given you to get to where you are, and tell everyone what you averaged today? What was your average over the course of today?
As you say, I'm not a coach either, by the way.
Well, no, it's just having that support. What's the one thing he's given you that you appreciate the most?
Well, just telling me to practice more and practice, and I've done that, and look where I am now.
A free taxi now and again, I know. It helps, doesn't it?
The what?
Say a free taxi now and again helps as well.
Oh, so that's Kay's mum brings him. She's my taxi.
But that's what I mean. It's not the point of being a coach or not. It's having you've brought that space to Lisbon to give the kids somewhere to play darts. Like, it doesn't matter if you're a coach or not. You're a father yourself, mate, and you've took time away from there to give the kids somewhere to come and play darts and learn how to play darts, mate. And look at, like, I'm just going to call it how it is. Look at all the doubters out there, mate, that's doubted for the start, mate. And then look what you're producing, mate. You're producing these superstars, mate, who's away to represent their country, mate, and darts, So
and the first, whatever that first series was Christian Anderson. Look where he is now too.
No, 100%, mate. And they're all going. Christian's showed what he can do, mate. And like Thomas is doing the same. Lee's doing the same.
Yep.
Ben's doing it, mate. Ollie's doing it. Kai's doing it. Sammy's doing it. So just shows you, mate, giving the kids somewhere to play, mate. Come play darts, learn a wee bit. No, maybe they're learning some off you, mate, but they're learning off each other as well. When you've got all the bigger ones doing practicing, So
the parents are a big thing too. As I said earlier on, you were asking me, is that Stacey's son that won that today? And I said, yeah, because Stacey at the very start would have done our tops for us, done everything for us. She's my personal assistant, pretty much. And then Charlie, which is Kay's mum. Like, for example, today after he won that, the bombarded in my house was Samuel with his and then they were sitting Samuel. Although Samuel, when you left, by the way,
that wee banner.
When you left, Samuel, Sonny was sick everywhere. By the way, you were throwing him up in the air.
No.
Did you get to keep that wee banner, right?
Yeah, and then we get our own run hops.
Class, mate. You need to take it with you, mate. Get it signed off the team and then get it in a frame, mate. So you always remember it.
Yeah.
Get on the boards. Get all the boys to sign it. So when you're all famous, you're all bombing around the world playing darts, you can look back at it and go, "Do you remember when we won that, lads?"
Yeah.
Exactly, man.
This boy here, I've said I can't wait till he's 18 to have a pint with him. He's the funniest wee lad in the world. He's come across as quiet as a mouse. I don't know what this is. That's how I'm going to get you to be quiet. So I'm just going to stick a podcast on, right? Sam,
it's funny. Samuel said to me, he's like, I can't wait till I'm 18, so I can't have a pint with Danny.
Like, when you actually think about it, right? I'm going here and I'm playing against Mitchell Loreno. The best players in the world and new players.
But what you need to remember is, mate, you've earned to be there to playing against him.
Absolutely.
You've not been given it, mate. You've earned it.
Yeah, you've not won a raffle to a darts event to go and play Luke Littler. You've gone there and you've you've earned the right to be there. So like if like he's all over the place, he's all on TV and everything like that. Doesn't matter. Let him have the circus, and you just roll into town. Take what's
And then
yours.
that's moving on to the sponsorship that you're doing from the analytics with Rabon. It can only
Yes,
improve. It can only improve. It's a great time for him to do that now.
exactly. And look, I'm not even at your level, and I'm probably 4 times older than you, at least, right? But the thing is, like, you're never, no matter where you are in your game, there's always areas for improvement. You know, Luke Littler's a bit of a freak of nature. He just picks up darts and throws them. He may have a coach, he may not. It's not in the public eye. But the best players still have coaches, and the best players still can improve. And that's what, you know, working with Ramon has taught me. You know, obviously I'm not the best player in the world, but what I've seen is a massive improvement just from 3 things he told me. And then there was another 3 and another 3 and another 3. You know, it's constant improvement. So when I had my throw first, I was you see the video on the throw analysis page, pick it up, pump the dart, throw. And I was creating so much tension in my arm. And he said, just stop it. So one of the things was just pick it up and go. Pick it up and go. Like, don't build that tension. So I never even thought about that. So when someone else sees your throw, a professional darts coach sees your throw through a different lens, you're going to see things in your throw and go, yeah, he's right. And I'm going to change that. And that's what I'll do. And you will see an improvement. And my average has gone up probably about 6 points, I think, since working with him for the past 2 months. So as time goes on, it will keep going up. And then when you get that ability when you get that from him as well, you know, you're going to see improvements in your game. So wherever you think your level is at now, if you can go higher, push it even higher, push your ceiling higher.
The door
Like,
isn't big
there's
enough to
nothing
get
above
his
you.
head in. The door will not be big enough to get his head into the academy if he keeps getting better.
But just let him climb through the window then.
He does that anyway for some reason. I don't know why.
I'm going to jump in and go back to the Mitchell Laurie status there. I've so obviously spoke to Mitchell at the Scottish. He's he's such a humble young man. Like, all Mitchell wants to do is play darts, mate, and he lets his darts do the talking. Like, all you have to do is go up there and play the board, mate, and don't even think about it, mate.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
he just looks like such a grounded kid, right? It's like there's so much noise around him, but when you see him do an interview or you see something on, he's just pretty chilled. Like, he's just a
Mate,
normal kid, like you said, who wants to play darts, and it's
mate,
not
he's
his fault that
it's mad,
everything's
mate,
around him.
Like, I don't know the wee man that well, mate, but like, his media presence is phenomenal, mate. The way he handles himself and he handles the questions, mate, and you can just tell, like, all he wants to do is throw darts, mate, and it's great to see, to be fair.
Yeah, and I think like it really, like when he was in the WDF last year and got to the final, right? Like, it got to that point where it put him really, really on the map, and people not just who follow a niche area of darts, it's like everybody knew about him.
Yeah.
And that's like, you know, you have a good run, Samuel, in this thing, that could be you, mate. You know, it could be you. That you're right at the runway of it all, and you just got to, when you go to these things, the nationals, it's just going to be phenomenal. What an experience! Like,
100%, man.
just to be in it, what an experience! But don't remember what Max said. You've earned your right to be there.
Just throw your darts, mate.
Yeah.
Oh, Danny having technical issues.
No, sorry. Don't do it. I was inviting.
Oh.
I was sorry. There was Thomas Elliott and stuff. I was ordered to get you to speak to them for 2 wee minutes. We'll move on. Samuel, is there anything else you want to say, Samuel? This is your big moment because we're going to go back to speaking to Carl. This is it. Take your moment. Well, I'm doing an interview with you tomorrow.
Right.
But go ahead.
It won't be a
Samuel.
long episode, will it?
Samuel, you know what to do. Ask a question for the next person that joins. But we know who's not taking over the podcast when I'm sick.
If you had to give anyone advice to you for what would it be?
Say it again.
If you had any advice to give a youth player, what would you say?
Nice.
Great question.
There you go, Samuel. Well done, son. And I'll see you tomorrow. By the way, tomorrow he comes down and
Stop
helps you
picking
out.
on a wee son, Charlie.
Yeah.
Samuel,
Right.
pleasure meeting you, my friend.
All the best, wee man, and congrats again.
Good luck, and I'll speak to you in a bit, mate.
Okay, we'll let John Lee Sank. I'm going to go back to talking to just. Out. So you said you wanted to have a wee word with all the ones you're sponsoring, so I'll throw them in as the.
Yeah, exactly. But I think like getting back to one of the points earlier about the darts, like what is the darts DNA? Like I say, it all came from my YouTube series and then my journey, right? And then there's so many players out there, and it's it's not aimed at people like Mac. Mac's not going to go and do darts DNA and go, oh, actually, yeah, wow, I shouldn't be throwing my own bomb barrel that I've had made for me. I should go and throw Josh Rock's G1s. He's not made for that, right? People have been playing for a long time, long in the tooth. Some people shouldn't be throwing the dart they're throwing, but they're so like set in their ways, they won't have it. That's wrong for them. And that's cool. That's not made for people like that. This is made for people like me, people like all the young lads that we've got in the stable here right now who are learning to play darts. The main thing for me is I don't want parents if we're talking about your situation now, Danny, right? I don't mean the whole darts DNA thing.
Yeah.
I don't want parents going out and having to spend 150, 180 quid on some darts for their lad because some players using them, right? When there's a whole bunch of darts out there. I've got some Ruthless darts up there, 13 quid they cost me. £13 they cost, and they're straight barrel, ring grip, just like a javelin, but a bit fatter. So what's wrong with throwing them? And when it comes to the young lads coming in and the young girls coming in, it's an expensive mistake to make. So a parent goes out and buys them a 200 set of darts, 200 quid set of darts, 150 quid set of darts. The issue then is that if they can't get on with them and can't throw them, what's going to happen to them darts? They're going to sell them for 70 quid at most. Yeah. And then they've got to go and lump out for another set. And it's a
fantastic idea. Did you actually explain the way you don't do it, or can you? When you're at it,
yeah. So I was good. Yeah. So going to move. I'll move on to that bit. So, like I say, who it's targeted for. So it's made for people who are figuring it out still, not for people who've got it figured out. It's people who are figuring it out. So for me, it came from my own journey. Going, well, I've been using the wrong dart, and now I'm using this rear scallop dart. I've took it further. I bought the Mighty Schindler Gen 2s, very similar to the Tokis, and that rear scallop really works for me. And obviously other people may be using a scallop and a bomb might work for them. But it's really simple. Darts DNA is really, really simple. You answer 4 questions. Where do you grip the dart? How many fingers do you use to grip the dart? How does the dart come out of your hand? And people go, well, it comes out clean. Well, yes, it might do, but is it inconsistent? Do you constantly go high? Do you constantly go low? Is it all over the place, or is it nice and clean? And do you hold it level or offset?
Well, I did it with Thomas Elliott last night, right? And I said, well, where do you hold your dart? He is clean.
So
yeah, that's it.
So for me, where do you grip the dart? We'll go front. How many fingers? 3. Loose, late release. I'm an early release kind of guy. I'm a level thrower, which is question 4. And you'd be surprised my darts haven't came up.
You could have lied there. You could have lied.
If you're unsure, so 23, 24. And it's come up with a bomb-shaped barrel. It's come up with the monoliths, the shot, ballers, and Harrow's Geo, which are all front-weighted bomb darts.
I know, because I'm a magician. And but the with that, I'm not going to tell you how many result pages there are, because that's where all the magic of the code and everything of the DNA, my DNA works within there. But every page has got different darts on it.
Yep.
So it's not just going, oh, here's some darts, buy these, this is what you should do. If you actually look at it, every result page is different. Yes, the top part is the same, but every bit where it says where your throw breaks down and what will help you improve, every single page is different.
I think
because it's tailored to that. So whatever answers you put in, those results are all different based on what you've just said. And it'll tell you. So I've obviously done this with lots of research, and it wasn't a 5-minute idea that I had having a poo and then put it into production. There's a lot got into it. And, at the start, someone was like, oh yeah, no matter what I do, it tells me the same darts. It's like, yeah, because they're bomb darts, and I can't really, I didn't have the
Yeah.
time and the inclinations. But now, as it's gone on, I've been able to curate these darts. You can't do it in 5 minutes. So it's taken me a month, 6 weeks to curate these darts. So they're often weighted bomb barrels, as you said, Mac. If you end up being a rear straight barrel gripper, they'll all have grip at the back rather than at the front or all the way through. So I've curated all of these darts for all this time. So it's 4 simple questions and it points you in a direction. Look, the whole point of it is, for me, is to get people using the right darts. It's not for people to buy darts through Darts DNA. Yes, that's nice. And obviously it's great when the shops take it on. That's what they want people to do. But it's to find out what darts actually suit them. And I'll always encourage people to go to a dart shop, rather than just buy blind online.
Yeah.
Because it says it on there, go to a dart shop. But if you live in the back end of nowhere, you haven't got a dart shop, what are you going to do? Not buy darts? You're going to have to.
So say, for example, right, Kai, right, been playing at a certain level for whatever, and he does that, and it comes up a completely different set of darts. Would you recommend him to change now at 11?
I'd get him to try them. Because Ramon uses it every day. So my darts coach, Ramon, he uses it every day on his online and personal training sessions.
Sorry, I'll put Kai in
in.
because he's going to be working with Ramon as part of the. Here he comes. He always ends up. Hello,
Many
sir.
Hi, how are you?
Oh.
So what I would say is that, what if it comes up and it tells you a different one? There's no harm in trying it out. There's especially if you're, if you're an 80 average player, then it probably give it a go, right? Still, just pick them up and try. So when Ramon
did you try?
uses,
Sorry, cut across you. Did you? Have you tried? I don't know if I showed you. I did show you, but I don't know if you did it. Did you do the QR code? Yeah. Can you turn your mic up, Kai? No, can you hear him? No, I don't know.
Nah, I can't really hear him.
It's very low.
His phone might be sitting on something, so the speakers.
Oh, I have a wireless charger.
You what?
A wireless charger.
Yeah, well, it's really hard to hear you. But sorry, well,
it sounds like you're talking in your house, but you're using Danny's mic.
He's under my stairs.
Calm down, Joseph.
This isn't right. Well, anyway,
sounds like your phone's under a pillow. It sounds really muffled.
Well, Carl, we'll just put it. Just tell Kai what he's going to be doing with Ramon, then we'll take him. We'll let him.
Yeah. So we're going to get you working with Ramon. So when I say working with, I don't mean every single day, but we're going to get you to do a throw analysis with Ramon. And what that'll be is you record yourself doing 3 visits at the board. Don't worry about where they land here, because he's not looking for that. He's looking for, if you go into, I'll send you the link to how the angle needs to look. He's looking at what your throw is doing, because when you're in his position, he knows if you're going left, right, up, down, or straight. You can see it just from where your hand is going. So with me, one of the big things you have to fix is the flick. I've just got a natural flick. It's like I was fighting all the time. But since changing darts, that's stopped quite a lot, to be fair. Like the old peace sign going out that way. And but yeah, so you'll be working with him. So he'll do your video analysis for you, and then you've got to go away and you've got to work on it. So and it's really hard. I'm not going to lie to you. If someone says to you, your throw's good, but you've got to change this, it's really hard to bring that into your game. So with me, it was a complete, I wouldn't say rebuild, but it's a lot to change. But I'm nowhere near your level, mate, right? So it's not going to be as much to change. So it's about then taking that feedback on and implementing it. And then the next time he sees your throw, he's going to say, look, you've taken that on board. It looks great. Don't do anything different for now, or do maybe implement this if you can. And using a coach like that just takes you to the next level. You don't need someone to sit on your shoulder all day long. Sometimes having your throw analyzed and someone give you a 5-15 minute feedback session and showing you what's going on with your throw, saying, right, that looks perfect, that looks great. Because you might have an issue you don't know. Your first dart, you might flick it a little bit, or your third dart might have a different follow through.
I think his first issue is his phone. So if part of the spot is, can you get him a microphone?
Yeah, no, I'm not buying you a microphone or a new mobile.
Jesus Christ.
But yeah, so
Uh,
getting to see that, and that it can elevate anybody's game. So there's lots of darts coaches around, and one of the reasons I'm working with him is because who he works with. Obviously, I can't say everybody or anybody, because if they want to know, they'd be out there telling you everyone who they're working with.
Yeah.
But he's got JDC players, he's got WDF players on his rosters, and he's just got average people like me on it. So he's there and accessible for everyone, and it will give you some clarity on exactly what you're doing right. There might be nothing to change, but guess what? Have a look.
Aye.
Get him to see it, because they've got Danny's got an eye for spotting talent. These coaches have got an eye for exactly what's going on with your throw.
It's all that, and that's the thing with your throw analysis people, coaches. It's all you think it's just a case of that, whereas there's more mechanics to it than that. Like your lean forward, your elbow position, your shoulder position, follow through where your hand finishes at the end of your throw, what way your fingers are pointing. It's broken down into so many different factors that people don't understand, and it's mad.
Paul Lewis has it. No, Big Top works with us.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I'll be honest with you, I have never. His throw is beautiful. It's so. You see it in the live TikTok. I'm really come down to the academy and work with them. It's amazing to see live. And he even said all the years he's been playing, he learned so much from that course, the PDPA.
No.
It surprised him, but it's Kai's got a lovely throw. Actually, to be honest, Kai's is a nice throw as well, but might all be about the change. I'm only joking.
Sorry.
Yeah, but the thing
Don't
is,
joke
though,
with
if there's nothing to change, the great thing is, if there's nothing to change, he's not going to sit there and just spend 15 minutes telling you
No, I was
nothing.
joking.
He'll be like, look,
Yeah.
because look, we're honest with people. When people do the throw analysis, if there's nothing to change, or he can't see anything immediate that somebody would need to change, we give them the money back. Because if someone does a video and pays the money to do it, obviously
Has
not
that
you guys,
has
but
that happened? That has happened.
no, never. But I always say to
Okay.
people, if there's nothing, we will give you your money back. So, but there's always 9 times out of 10, 99% of the time, there's
Of course
something. Some people don't know they walk on the last dart. I'm
Aye.
really still. I don't move. I'm like a bloody statue when I'm throwing darts, probably to my own detriment. But that last dart, I see so many people walk it. And Jan Van Veen is making it cool again, because it's not even left his hand before he's at the board. He's properly like a cartoon following it,
It's mad, mate. It's mad because people don't realise it, and it's only like moving your foot that inch after that last dart's gone, mate. That it's mad. And yes, are you walking? No, but that's that's what it's called, walking at the board. Even though your foot's only left the ground and your heel's an extra inch, you're still.
Do you
It's
want to know a
mad.
player that I see you copying, because he's Nathan Aspinall, and you cannot copy his the way he does the bounce, right? And they do that.
That's not his throw, mate. That's dartitis.
No,
Well,
I've
right,
got
but he
I've
can-
got a
but he can
TV
work it
here
if it
and an iPad here. If I did that Nathan Aspinall throw, these would be in the scrap bin.
But
If
there's
you watch
somebody
Nathan,
that,
if you watch Nathan Aspinall 5 years ago, he didn't do that.
but I mean, he can now use it, and it's working for him, right? But
Aye, but that's because he's had to change. He's had to adapt it to go over the dartitis. You'll still see him. He'll do that, then he'll step back and he'll step into it again because
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
it's-
I think
Well,
I've
I-
never had dartitis, but I think once you've had it, you'll
Horrible.
never be able to throw in the same way that you did before you got it.
it's horrible. It's the worst thing I've ever
Yeah.
had in my life. I stopped playing darts for 7 years because of it, mate.
Wow, that's a long time.
Aye. So I haven't been back playing since August, then the end of 2022, mate.
the fella that actually helped back, right? We recorded the podcast with Mac at the start, and we didn't want to say his name because he didn't really want people to know. But he plays in our vault on a Sunday, and he told me he's going to come down to the academy. He wants to help work with the youth. He has got a talent for. He has saved so many players from dartitis. It's insane. But he's told me he's going to come on the podcast and stuff like that there. But he's actually a big influence to actually was in general.
100%, mate.
Do you know who Roy Bailey?
Yeah.
Honestly, Roy's an absolute gentleman, and he'd help anybody. If there's somebody struggling with darts, Roy will just speak to you.
Yeah.
He's an absolute gentleman, man.
He's what is he? He's only 83, Mac, is he?
I don't know his age, mate, but he's
His wife told me the other day it wouldn't be 83 or something. 73 maybe.
maybe 73. I'd say 70. He's no 83, mate.
Probably
I
up there.
don't know,
Let's
mate.
get that out of us.
I don't know.
Probably.
I didn't think Roy was that old, mate. I thought maybe about 65, 65
No,
maybe.
it's 70, it's something 3. He helped me
I
at
don't
county,
know.
tell me what I'm doing. But Kai, we'll just anything to say, Kai, or try and say?
Before I go,
David,
I don't-
you played against him.
talking about snatching and like flicking your wrist on the first dart. Danny, have you ever realised my second dart always goes wonky? Like most of the time.
That's usually because you're cursing when you're throwing it. No, to be honest, yes, I know what you mean. Sometimes you'll go treble, then the next one maybe land the 5, and then the next one go treble again, maybe.
Yeah. No, it'll
Why,
just tilt. It'll tilt. It always
no,
seems to tilt to the right.
That's because you're either releasing a bit late or a bit early in your hand position, or
it'll be very
and it's
good
in
to
your
do that
head.
finger ram on then.
Yeah, it sounds like you're forcing it. Sounds like the first one's natural, and then the second one so if the first one's going into exactly where you want it, even if it's not in the treble bed, it's in the any part of the 20. From my point of view, I do it a lot as well. I go, right, okay, I'm going to try and follow that exactly the same, and rather than what Darren said earlier about muscle memory, you try and force it, and once you try and forcing anything in darts is not cool. You try and throw it like you see. Look, he's the only player I've seen that can do it. Like if he just throws it angry at that treble 20, no matter how it leaves his hand, he's going in the treble 20. But yeah, once you've done that nice first one, I think sometimes I do it myself subconsciously. Go right, okay, what did I do there to get it in that treble bed? And then you throw it and it goes nowhere near it, and then you just go that was crap. And then you're back into your normal rhythm. So, but watching yourself back on a video and someone telling you what you're doing, that will be invaluable to you. No doubt.
100%.
Right, Kai. Thanks for coming on, Kai, and congratulations on your sponsorship. Unlucky today.
Yeah.
Tomorrow's a new day, Kai. Tomorrow's a new day.
Exactly.
He's this wee man here helps me. So I run the 6 to 9-year-olds, and Kai runs it with me. He's trying to get my job car. He actually hosts the whole thing, and there was one day, car, right? One of the parents said to me, "Where'd I leave the sheet?" Right? And I says, "What is it?" And it says, "Homework." And I says, "What homework?" And this says, "I don't know." And then Kai goes over, "I'll take that." And takes it. He was giving the kids checkouts to do. I didn't even know. There you go. What a guy.
That's great work, mate. That's good initiative. Get him doing something. Get him off their iPads. Get him doing proper maths, long divisions, adds, plus,
No, it
minus,
wasn't
times.
checkouts, Danny. It was their 3 favourite doubles that had to hit 3 times each night, and their least 3 favourite doubles that had to hit once a night.
There he goes, correcting me again.
Always am.
Part of the promotion, Kai's telling lies. Part of promotion is telling lies. Knowing.
The wee man. Danny 2.0 there.
He is. I don't know
No,
what you think.
you're Danny 2.0. He's actual Danny.
He is. Right, Kai. I'll see you tomorrow.
All the best, wee man.
See you
Kai,
later.
take care, mate.
They're good kids like this.
Aye, mate. When you told me about that, the parents with homework sheets, I was honestly, I busted out laughing. I thought that's brilliant, man.
It was brilliant.
Yeah.
It was just a way to go, "I'll take that." You do. Brilliant. And even like we did the awards night and stuff, and he picked his player for player of the tournament and stuff. It was brilliant. What I done there, Carl, by the way, so I have wee tiny ones. Mac actually, there's a wee lad called Jesse, and I noticed him straight away, and I said to Mac, this wee boy's very, very good. So Mac actually sent him, and his mum texted me looking at a set of darts. Mac actually sent him a set of his old darts, and he's using them, and he's very, very good. But like, there's 2 of them. I'll show you they're averaging about 47, and they're 7 and 8 years of age.
Yeah, my Scolier's not working. Sorry.
Kai's been with them. It's great. It's good to see. So what I done on finals night with them was I brought Thomas, Lee, Kai, Logan. I brought my, say, seniors, like Lee's 12. and they all marked the games for them, and they all done the awards for them, and it show respect. And like we, David McClellan's brother, he's my captain of the academy. He was in the JDC World Cup and stuff. So just to give you a background on what we're doing, that's the
Yeah.
it's a great week. It's a great week. I was just saying that it's brilliant to see at the minute the way they all are together and stuff. It's great.
It's a good wee stable you've got together, mate. I know the boys are very respectful, mate. And it's one of the things, mate. When you've got your senior players doing stuff like that, mate, marking the game for the younger boys and that, mate, that just shows that they're not above themselves, mate. And then the younger guys will just look up to them, mate. And it's just like it's just going to be a big revolving door for the academy, mate.
And
It's fantastic. It really is.
Sorry, like from the start, David McClemens came to me, and I did the youth development series. So, I did that before the youth vaults and stuff. That was the first one of them to do. And David, I didn't know David. David came in and he started refereeing the final. So then I made that an so then Kai started refereeing finals because David was doing it, and now we have. So I try and get that. So they actually build up the referee games and mark games now. It's mad. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They want to do it. It's just he's setting standards. That's what you're trying to do. You said because it's all about hockey etiquette. There's some boys who are brilliant dart players. You wouldn't sponsor them. You wouldn't want them more in your. I wouldn't give certain people your logo. I wouldn't, because it would let you down.
Yeah.
That you're
I think
wrong.
I think what you got to do like with that is that when, like, if you just take it back to your family life with your kids, right, and what you're saying there, Mac, about having really good lads with you, if the younger ones see the older ones doing something, they naturally want to do it and copy them and be like them. So
Good
they go
and bad.
because
Good and bad.
well, yeah, but let's just try and keep it in the academy, eh? Rather than out on the streets like kicking car tires and stuff. Yeah,
certain things in the academy. I always say you need to watch what you're doing. For example, throwing darts on your knees. That's one thing I do. Next thing I'll see one of the youth students, I go get him up there. We think, and if he's watching, he knows exactly who it is. Because who taught him it? Josh Rock. There you go. Josh Rock did it, but Josh did it at an exhibition.
Josh, you've got a lot to answer for, mate. But it's natural, isn't it? Because like seeing the marking, like that's quite like someone will see that as like a really important job. They'll be like, I wouldn't do that, and then naturally they'll be like, okay, I want to learn how to do the numbers and the maths and things like that. So I think it's really good that But I just want to jump back to the point that you asked about earlier about should someone like Kai change a dart.
Oh yeah.
And whereas I probably want to say no, but if there's darts available at the academy, so the coach we work with, Ramon, he's got lots of different darts there, and he'll get people to do the darts DNA test. And if it doesn't show the dart that they're actually using now, he says, well, why not try it out? And he texted me the other day, 3 people in his PT sessions. He's got a pub in Groningen. I've probably just absolutely caned that town's name there, but it's a place in the Netherlands. So he's got this pub and he does his personal darts training in there as well. And the 3 people that he got to do darts DNA all had a different barrel. They all picked it up and they all threw better. So he got them thrown with their own darts. And then he said, try them darts out, whatever they were, whether it's torpedo, bomb, straight, the different ones. Got them to do it. And then they were playing 10 points better by the end of it. And it's because they were, and I'm not saying it's a magic tool, but sometimes trying something different doesn't hurt. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work for you. But it's not about rushing out and buying darts. It's like if they're there if you've been playing for a little while and you can try some new ones out that you've not used before, try them. You just don't know. This game's all about this game is about skill, but it's also about what can you do to improve. It might be your foot position. It might be being a bit more relaxed going to the hockey one day. It's about tiny increments to get better, because you're not going to see at the beginning you see improvement like that, don't you, in darts? But then when you get to a certain level, your improvement goes so much slower.
Oh, yeah.
And it's at that point where if it's got, you can change something at that point. You change it at the beginning when you're on an upward trajectory, because some days you'll hit a 50, then you're at 30, and it's kind of like that. But at that point,
he's worked very hard, Darn. I don't think anyone actually realizes how hard Darn's worked. It was only whenever I was talking to people. I met Mac. Me met on TikTok or whatever, and like just clicked straight away. And I met him as Mac Darts, and he was brilliant. But I was talking to people whenever they knew I was associating with him, and a boy actually said to me, "See him? Like, I'm not being funny. He used to be rubbish, right?" And I was like, "What?" And he
No,
goes,
mate,
"No,
but it's a
not
facts,
rubbish, not
facts,
rubbish."
mate.
But he was like, he was only Danny. He was only averaging about 55, 50s in the Vault One up at BVDs. This boy said, "Danny, he was getting cleaned out by everyone," and I actually fair play to back, like, 'cause you just, that's not easy to do. Then now he's hitting 111 averages in Scottish Open.
When I came back, mate, 2022, mate, I came back, started playing, mate. I was up to BVDs once a week, twice a week, mate. Just chatting away to him, mate, having a wee throw. And Brian was giving me tips on that as well, mate. And we were going to the vaults on a Monday in there, mate. And I was banging at 50, 55 averages, mate.
Crazy, like.
And then I just started playing more vaults. Then I started practicing more in the house. The board was back up. Well, the board had never came down. I'm not going to lie, it never came down. It was just shut.
You couldn't reach it.
The cabinet doors were closed, mate. It was when I opened it, mate. Moths and all that flew out it, man. Like that, you know. And I said to the wife, I was like, "Have you seen my darts?" She just looked at me and laughed. I think, like, and I was thinking to herself, "What's this guy talking about?" I seen the damage you done to the wall when you when you start finish playing, and I did, mate. I was finishing work, mate, and I was on the board 4 or 5 hours every night, mate. Then on a Friday, my couple of mates were coming round, mate, or getting smashed on a Friday night, throwing darts till 2, 3 in the morning, mate. And that's what brought me on, mate. I just started playing more, and I was playing every night, mate. Minimum of 3 hours, 4 hours a night, every single night, mate. Because I thought I need to do something here. And then I was going to vaults, mate, and I was having to mark the board, and I was like, right, you need to stop that, because I hate marking. I hate it. It's probably the worst thing about darts. Like, I'll buy anybody a beer for marking the board, like. And I thought at the ending it was vault 1 or vault 2. I thought, right, this next vault, this next series, you're no marking that. You're no doing it. No is meant. You're no doing nearly every game in your group.
And I'm going to interrupt you here because majority of the people that play vaults now wouldn't even know that used to be the old.
No, I know. So obviously, if you won your game, you didn't mark, the loser marked it. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So,
losing marks. Yeah.
so I'd lost so many. I was marking all the time, mate, and I was like, this
Did you
isn't
buy your own
happening.
pack of chalk to take with you just in
Oh,
case?
mate, I hated it, mate. And then I thought at the end, I think it was like 2 or it was either one. I can't remember if it was 2 or 3. I thought, right, this needs to stop, and I just put the hours in, mate. And I went back, and I probably marked not as many as I did the year before. So the vault, the thingy before, and then that's all I worked on. I thought, right, you're no marking. At the end of the series, right, let's get the practice in again, so you're no marking. And then it just started happening, mate.
I've only marked
And what?
half of the games, but I have a secret. Back, what's my secret when you're marking a game?
Oh, just get a packet of crisps, mate, and stop the game. Like we're playing first day 5-5. No, I can't remember. Was it first day
They
10,
have first
5?
and sevens.
First day 7, it was 4-5-0 or something. Danny's like, oh, let's have a wee break, and I'll get a wee packet of crisps. No worries, Danny. Cheers, mate.
Let's have a wee Logan Bell shot.
When you was on your comeback, Matt, because I think that's quite a big, like, for people that are watching through my channel as well that don't know who you are, as well as other people on like Danny's side of things at the minute. What was it that you had to work hardest on when you came back? Was it your scoring? Was it your doubles? What was it that you had to really work on to make sure you weren't going to be marking them games?
Mate, a bit of everything, mate. A bit of everything. I think it was just inconsistency, mate. It was just a big thing. And then I didn't have a favourite double. I wasn't better on tops than I was at double 16 or double 18 or double 10 or anything like that, mate. So I didn't have it, mate. I was flustered myself a wee bit. I was just chasing on the board. And it was just one of the things. I thought, right, pick a double. So I done 10 visits double tops, 10 visits double 16, 10 visits double 18, and I hit double top more times, and I thought, right, that's my double. So I thought, right, tops is my double. So I started working on tops more and more and more and
Yeah.
more. And then I just started working on trebles, treble 20, treble 20, treble 20. I was just, for an hour, mate, I was just throwing at treble 20s, mate, just to get that rhythm, the consistency, feel the dart, how it leaves your hand, and so right, that's in. Because when you
Yeah.
throw a dart, you can 9 times out of 10 you can tell, can't you, if it's going to go where you
Yeah.
want it. So that's the point.
Exactly.
And then
That release, if you could bottle that release and sell
you'll
it,
know.
you
You'll
know,
know straight
yeah,
away. Like
yeah,
there's so many times I'm like, it's not even hit the board yet. I'm like, and they're like, how do you know that? I'm like, because you can just tell, like your fingers been too late off the dart, or you've released it too late. You just know that feeling, or
yeah.
you've put too much into it, you've overdone it, and you've got your elbows pushed down too far, and you've hyperextended a wee bit, so you can feel it, so you know.
It's
I
like
get it in
hitting
my
it's like
shoulder.
hitting the last treble and the third dart. Sometimes it just seems to hit. You know, when you hit the last one, it's because you're maybe focusing more or something. I don't know.
No, 100%, mate. Like for 9 times out of 10, if I'm on a 180 like in the house, and that'll do bump up, and I'll just know look the last one, and you can tell straight away if it's you can tell straight away if it's in or not.
Yeah.
By the way, there
Like,
is a video of him doing that against Josh Rock. For anyone who wants to
Ah,
see it,
but
but you
so
know,
for
I
that,
don't know
mate,
if you saw my post the other day on Facebook. I'd had a bit of a chuck at the board. 20, treble 20, and the last one it slipped, and my thumb rolled it. Ended up in a treble 18 though, didn't it? So I was pretty happy with
174.
the one silver. Yeah, I was happy with that. But if you're
But
gonna miss a 180, it's better than a 121, right? But I think for let me actually go into that, and it's turned into me interviewing you guys now. But
no, no,
I'm really curious because
that's
this
I'm
is
fine.
like
happy with it, mate.
I love finding out people's stories about what they've done to get better. Because obviously I want to get better as well, right? So I pick as many brains as I can where I can. So let me just link it to Danny and the kids there, right? Some of them, I'm gonna guess most of them have got a dartboard at home. Most of them, not all of them. If someone hasn't got a dartboard at home, what advice can you give to the kids when they go to the academy on the weekly basis? What advice can you give to them and people who practice at home and have limited time? What would you say that they should concentrate on in that time frame?
If they
Like
don't,
for me, there's loads of different things, mate. Like loads of different things. Um, Start off, have a decent warm up, have a good 10-15 minute warm up, because the last thing you want to do is injure yourself. So
Yeah.
doesn't matter where the darts land. Don't have a target to board. Just 10-15 minutes just to get the arm going. Then you can go into all different things. So you can go into, I don't know, practicing your switching. So one dart at treble 20, one dart at treble 19, and then pick either 17 or 18's next one. Just to get yourself going round the board for 5-10 minutes. Then go into checkouts. So I don't know, just throw
our
one
boys
dart.
are used the 1-2-1.
I wouldn't. That's more of a warm up game than a practice game. For me, one two
I
one one
agree.
two one's good. It is good because obviously it gets you working on your combinations. Um, like for me, I like doing two darts at the bull. Doesn't matter where they land, mate. And then my last dart, I'll either throw it tops or double 16, just to get on used to having that one dart at a double, just to get your mind going.
Yeah, so
Things like
moving,
that.
switching it. Yeah, so
Aye,
keep one target, then switch. Yeah, I like that. That's a good
and
idea.
then work 41 to 60 checkouts, mate. Because how many decent players practice 41 to 60s?
Yeah.
Not many. I like practicing 41 to 60, mate. It's stuff I do with my Friday night team. We do checkouts. We'll start off.
The wee ones coming in, I would have to start. See, you've got break the board into sections, and you've got the say the fat 20 and the skinny 20. I would say to the boys, right, use the outer part doesn't count, only the smaller part, so they're focusing on really following through with the dart. You know what I mean? That'd be, and then throwing a bullseye or 25. You throw for bullseye 25. If you hit say a small three, try and get three in the small three just for grouping. That's three things I got. But that's just that's
The
that's the
thing is,
start.
with you need to try and make things fun as well when they're
Well,
just
I've got
starting out.
that build board, the football board. That's brilliant.
Aye, so you need for people just coming out your academy, you need to make things a wee bit fun to get them hooked. Once they're hooked, you can do what you want with them, and that's just
See,
that's facts, mate. And
when
once
you
you've
go
got
to
somebody hooked in something, they'll want to do it more and progress. So that's
well,
when you move on to your stuff. But going back to what I was saying, after I've done that, mate, I'll do eight. I call it 180. So you need to hit 100. Once you've hit 100, you check out 80. Once you've checked out 80,
Okay.
you'll hit 100 again, then you'll check out 81. It's just so, again, it's getting you moving round the board, practicing different doubles, practicing things like that. And then I'll probably finish off with a game of 301, mate. I don't practice 501 very, very
501
rarely.
probably the most boring part. Like you speak to any pro and all we do these here, it's like they only play 5-1 when they have to play it. You know, it's 5-1 side. But that's,
301,
I'm not
Yeah.
used.
301
Well,
is probably better for you to work on your setup, playing, getting to a checkout. So that's what I don't
Yeah.
really. And let's go back about, I don't know, 6 or 7 months ago. I was struggling. So anything under 251, I was struggling to set up, mate. So I went to the school there and just kept. And what I was doing for a few days was 30, 10, 251 and below, just because I knew I was struggling, mate. So then I was working on getting myself down to 170 and below to try and get onto that finish. So I just do different. I do different things, mate. I've not got a set routine, mate. Only thing I'd say I do that gives me is a set routine for me, mate, is my 10, 15 minute warm up just to get my arm going,
Yeah.
mate.
Yeah,
There's
but
something
I mix my
the
warm
time in
ups
between.
up quite a lot. It's
Sorry,
like
the time
so.
in between, Mac. You do that. The time. Sorry, the
That's
time
a,
in between throws.
What's that, mate?
You do that thing. The time in between throws. You pretend like you're playing someone.
Oh, so walk up, I'll collect my darts, and then I'll stand behind my hockey for, I don't know, 5, 6 seconds, and then I'll step up to the hockey just to try and emphasise playing against somebody, because you don't benefit just grabbing your darts, walking back to the hockey, throwing them again.
Sorry,
Right,
Carl,
for
I'm
me,
across here. Sorry, with
sorry, for me
yeah, yeah,
that's your warm. Sorry, for me, if I'm warming up, I do that just so I'm getting my arm going. But then when I'm practicing, I actually warm up's done practice mode. That's what I do. Just to emphasise.
yeah.
When you're practicing, you should practice how you play.
Yeah, well, I actually did a video on that about people only being good at home playing against the bot because it's your
Oh, yeah.
house, your rules. You can basically do it in your own time. Whereas at the pub, you're not just throwing, collect, throw, collect, throw, collect. You throw, collect, wait. You might be throw, collect. Actually, I need to go for a wee, so you're waiting around for ages. So there's a good game on. So I use Go Darts Pro every day. Every day I'm on Go Darts
Love
Pro,
it, mate. That's
and
one of the reasons why I bought Scolia, mate. Because you can
yeah.
link it with that's pro, it's quality, mate.
So that solo or one's really good. So you can do legs of 301 or 501. You can put your shot clock on 10, 20, 30 seconds. I generally play it on for like 10 seconds, but sometimes if I'm playing a longer session, I'll keep it for 10 seconds. If I'm playing shorter sessions, I'll do best of 3 against obviously whatever the bot thing is. I'll have a 30-second break because it's breaking your rhythm. And that's the biggest thing for me is if when you're in a rhythm and flow at home, you could try and take that outside or online against somebody, it's not your rules anymore. It's a complete different game. What's that,
Sorry,
Aaron?
does anyone know Aaron? Is that Aaron? Do you know him?
Yeah, he's my TikTok man.
Right, sorry, sorry. I thought I remember you said at the very start.
Try and get the next 2, but if you miss the bill hit 10. No, that's another one, mate. That's another good one as well,
Yeah.
mate. I've done it a few times, mate. I don't do it religiously. I do it a few times. For me, Go Darts Pro, mate. I love the JDC routine on there, and I love half it, mate. Mate, half it. I love half it, mate.
It's brutal. It's so brutal, though.
Mate, it just drags you in, doesn't it? It's like,
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
bot's beat me because I've missed. I don't know what was it again. I think I've missed treble. Or I've missed. What is it? What's the? Oh, what is it? The one at a double or one at a treble? I think it's that. And your score halves, and you were up at 800, and now you're back to 400.
Yeah.
Oh, mate.
It's a great game, that.
But it's good, mate,
It's
because you're like,
hard,
right,
but it's good.
I'm going to play again. I need to play it again to beat this. And before you know it, mate, you've played 4 or 5 times, mate, and you've been on the board for an hour and 20 minutes.
Yeah, so part of my coaching that I'm doing with Ramon is part of the program is that I think it's 100, 120 games that I have to play a month on Go Darts Pro because it's practicing. So every month he's looking at what I've done on it. So he's looking at, obviously, he's doing my throw analysis. We're talking all the time, but he's looking at my results and everyone's results. And he's going, right, actually, you've been really bad at scoring. So if you play 9 darts out, you've done okay on that, so we won't play that game. We're going to focus on something that's going to get you practicing your trebles or your scoring, and it's knowing the areas that you're weak on. Because the video that came out this week that I did was on Wednesday was stop avoiding it. So if you know your doubles are crap or bad or it's letting you down because you've got a 12% checkout record, why are you practicing throwing at the treble 20 when you know you can hit that easy? Practice your doubles or practice your checkout routines. And I think that's one thing that's really opened my eyes recently is that stop avoiding the hard stuff, even if it's, boring sometimes or hard. If you don't practice it, you'll end up like you were doing, chalking, because you're not going to get any better by avoiding it or not doing it.
Not
or
100%.
doing it half-hearted. You know, that's the
Aye.
other thing.
That was-
because yeah,
I've not used Go Darts Pro for a wee while, to be fair, but I was doing it as the challenge you need to do to get the coaching thing on there, the online coaching.
oh yeah, the
Right.
Crown Judgment.
Oh mate, that takes ages, man. There's one of them in there that's like an hour and a half long, man. You're like,
That's the one You can take a break, you can pause it and take a break and do it like in
but
a
I don't
bits
like.
and
I
stuff.
like.
Yeah,
Once I'm starting that, I like to finish it, mate. And I'm like,
Yeah.
this is
Just-
a
there's a
long
new
one.
one.
Speaking of a break, I was going to say I need the toilet personally. If you want to keep on talking, or we can take a wee break for 5 minutes and come back, or what are you happy enough? Or you
What
should
do you
talk-
want, Matt? Do you need to
I'm
go
happy.
for a wee? Yeah.
I'm happy, mate. I'll keep talking, mate. I'm
Yeah,
You're
I'm cool.
45 back.
Yeah.
How do you not need the toilet in an hour and a half? Flip me.
because
Yeah,
It's only when you go.
I'll
it's-
go.
yeah.
Listen, I'm going to go to the toilet and just you chat away.
that's because I'm an adult, Danny, mate.
I don't even know what to say back to that.
No, but obviously I'm going to go back to what we're saying. People asking, "Oh, what's better? What's Omnia or Scolia?" And I always say Scolia, mate, because it's got that Go Darts Pro there,
Yeah.
attachment that you can buy into, mate. Because I think the training games and that on there are they're class, mate. So for me, that's why I always say Scolia, mate.
Yeah, I if I'm trying to get a really quick warm up in, because I have like 3 or 4 different warm up routines I do because I like to mix it up a little bit. Because if
Yeah.
I do the same thing, sometimes I feel like I'm doing it not half hearted, but I've just not got the same vigor for it. So I'll change
Yeah.
it up. But sometimes what I like to do really simply is I just put checkout score on the hard setting.
Aye.
So checkout streak on the Scolia and do that because you've got to check it out in 9 darts and sometimes it chucks up a big 180, 200, check that out in 9 darts. So that
Aye.
kind of really gets you moving around the board. And my aim is not to finish that number in 9 darts, especially if it's, if I'm warming up with it. It's like, okay, I need to be moving around the board and start thinking. And then I'll move to some of the games in Go Darts Pro and do that. But it's rare at the minute that I'm playing matches online. So I'm using the Scolia mainly for Go Darts Pro, and because I actually am rebuilding everything that I've been ripped apart from Rama. It's like I'm making it sound like brutal, but it's not. It's not. But there was a lot to work on, and when there's a lot to work on, it takes time.
Sometimes your throw does need a shake up, mate, and that's the thing, mate. I know. I'll probably having to do about 5 sessions with Ramon just to fix it, but I know my throw technically, mate, is horrific, mate, and I know it, but it works for me because I've made it work for me. Whereas I think, is my game going to get better with a few tweaks? I think it can, mate, and I'm actually looking forward to these sessions, mate, to see. I hope there's not too many problems. I hope I'm just being a wee bit overcritical myself, like, but I know.
Yeah.
I know myself that I overcompensate during my throw. Like, so I know that straight away, and I know that within 2 throws you'll be like, yeah, you're doing this, try to overcompensate.
Yeah, I think. But when you look at it like Dave Chisnell, right? He's not done too bad for himself, and he's got one of the most unorthodox throws I've ever seen.
Oh, it's
But
mad.
it works for him. It
Mad.
works for him. He holds the dart, he releases it, and it works for him.
Like his first, there's no like consistency with his first, second, and third throw, mate. They're all different to each other. It's mad.
And do you know what it looks like? It looks like his arm goes across sometimes, like properly across. So it's like he's throwing it like sideways. It's a sight to behold.
There's one of the guys that we play in the league with, mate, and like he brings his hand for here, mate, and throws.
Martin Luckman kind of does that, doesn't he? He looks in this eye, then
to the side of his head. And the board's there. He does that, mate. It's wild, mate. But it works for him, mate. He's a good player, mate.
Well, when you watch the Modus, there's some mental throws on there. And then when you watch the World Cup, that's why I love watching the World Cup. You see these players from around the world and their throwing styles are off the charts, like mental. But I sometimes think, like, I remember watching it and I was like, I might move to Bahrain. I've got a chance. When I was watching that one, I was like, I've got a chance.
It's I had a couple of thoughts myself, mate. Some of the countries I know I could get into that. I know I could make it in there in some of the countries, mate.
Well, with your slapping and 110 averages, I think probably about 80% of them countries you've got a chance in.
Oh, mate, I don't know what that was that was crazy, mate. That was like that's the first time ever to produce something like that, mate. I think before that, mate, my highest recorded average was 103, mate, over 3 legs. So to do 111 over 4 legs, mate, was wild. Like, mad, man.
One of the guys that I used to play, I'm going to bring the message up because he played in one of the online leagues with me, and I've just messaged him out of the blue like not long ago, just to have a catch up with him, see how he's getting on, because he was a nice fella, and sometimes it's always nice to just pop a message to someone, see how they're getting on. And he was saying, yeah, darts is going all right. And then where was this one? He had this game the other day, and I was shocked. I was like, are you kidding me? It's like, where's that come from? He was averaging like 55 when I played him last. And he played this game, 115.62, and
That's wild, man. But it just shows you, mate, like, once you practice, mate, it comes, man. It does come. It takes a long time. It does. It takes hours, mate. But if you're willing to get better, mate, then put the hours in, man, and it'll work for you. I'm not saying I'm playing at a high standard, mate. Clearly that showed when I went to Q school and that I'm not that level yet, mate. But I think most of that to do with self-confidence, mate, and nerves. And Danny always says to me, he's like, mate, you don't actually know how good you're at darts. And I think I'm just an average player, mate. I don't think I'm anything special, mate. So, and Danny's like, that's mad, mate, how you can say that. He's like, you'll probably go into some of these places that you play darts and people are like, well, check this guy out.
yeah, but
He's
also
some
then you
player.
think
It's just
about it the other
mad.
way. If it's good to have that thought about it yourself, because if you start believing your own hype, sometimes your form will go the other way. Whereas if you I don't want to say harshing yourself or self-critical, but if you go, do you know what, I'm not the best, so I've got stuff to work on, rather than going, yeah, I'm cracking me, and then your confidence takes you the wrong way.
No, 100%.
That's the thing. So the job I do, my day job, I've worked in sales since 1999, and
Yeah.
the
Let's
thing
not
is,
mention a year.
when you're it was in the 90s when I started. So when you're riding high, when I was at the beginning of my work career, when you're riding high, you get really self-assured and confident, but you actually start forgetting to do the basics, and then guess what? This confidence and it all falls back down. So
Yeah.
unless you're if you've got this massive thought about yourself and you put yourself up here, if you're not doing the basics right, you're going to fall back down. So having the opinion of yourself is oh, I know I'm not the greatest. Well, everyone knows you're not the greatest because Luke Littler's the greatest. And unless you're rivaling that type of thing, then it's really hard to say you are the best. So having that mentality of not being too hard on yourself, but also not trying to believe your own hype, getting that balance right. I think
Are you talking about me? Are you talking about me?
Yes,
here?
sorry, Danny. Yes, so welcome back. How are you? How was your week? How you washed your hands?
I think me playing where I play darts in the North East, mate. I can't be bigger. I can't be like that. Oh, I'm this and that, because I know I've got people there like your Gary Hayeses, your Jamie Owens, your Johnny Barnes, your Carol Colemans, your Jamie Durrants.
Sorry to interrupt you here. I was on the phone to Jamie Owens earlier, right? That's what I'm about to tell you. This is a quote I don't think I've ever heard, and I don't think I've ever heard again. We're talking about I was talking about your darts DNA, right? Talking about the because you're talking about maybe going into his shop, and he said it's a cracking idea, blah blah, and he said and he started saying about darts, swapping darts, and I said, Jado, you could throw with any dart, you're that good. And here he is. To be fair, Donny, yeah, you're right. He says I've had 6 9-darters this year with 6 different sets of darts.
Like,
yeah, I think when you're that good, you could probably do it with a screwdriver, right?
mate, I can tell you, I'll tell you right now, mate. Within about the space of a month and a half, mate, I think Jamie went through, took 3 sets of darts. He was thrown well with a set. Then he changed to this set. He thrown amazing with it. I think he was due to go to Modus the week after.
He was using beatings, you telling me.
And then so he was using these rainbow coloured darts, mate. And then we were at an exhibition. He gave them away, mate. And then he had to get a new set to go to Modus with, mate. So he went to Modus for a brand new set of darts, mate.
Yeah,
he's-
look, I mean, there's some people that literally could just do it with anything. Like it's
100%, mate.
so. I remember a conversation I had not long ago with a darts coach about them looking at darts DNA, and the he was like, "Oh, I couldn't pick up any darts." It's like that's great, but not everybody can. And Matt, could you just pick up a scallop tomorrow and lob in a 9 darter?
No,
No, could you do it with a straight barrel?
no.
Could you do it with your own darts?
No, I usually miss double 12 when it comes to that. Like,
But you're there or thereabouts. But
Aye.
so his point was like,
maybe a bit
yeah.
exaggerated.
Yeah.
anything like I can't. Thin darts don't work for me, mate. I can't do it.
Yeah. Well,
He's
exactly.
very
And
stubborn, no Carl. Like he is everything. I'm shocked that he got his own set made. I'm shocked that he switched to L style. He's shocked me in a few things. These past it's worked.
So because the way I hold my dart, so when I roll the dart, so I start and then I roll it back into my hand,
okay,
mate.
yeah.
So that's why I need that bulb at the end, mate.
That's a new
Yeah, yeah.
question. You put in the darts DNA. Do you roll? Do you roll the dart?
You know, but that's what I do.
Do you
mate.
roll
So
your own
that's-
darts, or do you get someone else to make them for you?
So obviously when I'm here, it starts off obviously normal, but then obviously I rotate the barrel in when I pull it back, mate. And then
Right.
obviously
And then
I
do
throw.
you roll it back out again,
So when I'm there,
or is it in
no,
and then just
it's
release
there,
from
and then
there?
I just push through, mate.
Yeah,
You know what's
okay.
really funny,
Yes.
Carl, when you're doing that test with people at the Ford, everyone forgets how to hold their dart. Everyone,
Yeah.
everyone, and the tram fights. We saw no how to our fire later. You shot earlier on. You forget what they do. Then you don't. You actually don't. If you don't know what you actually how many fingers you have on the dart. It's funny that way.
But
Yeah.
that's just so for me.
Yeah.
When I sent my darts to that, when obviously the stuff came out with Dan, mate, I'm just lucky that I had a spare set of the darts that I used, and I sent them to Dan, mate, and he done me today with them, mate.
Yeah. I mean, so with that, how did that come around? Because obviously you're the only person he makes them for. He's got these new bomb R1s that are out now. And if I threw a bomb barrel, I think I'd be having a bit of that. Or like your ones, if I think yours are sold out again now.
So all
But how
three,
did that all come about?
so mine sold out. Danny Humphries is sold out, and then Big Tops is sold out. All three is sold out, mate. And then his Bomber ones will probably be sold out by Monday. The way they're going. So I was. It all started off with points, mate. So I had my point sponsor was a guy called Ben from BVF Points, mate. And due to stuff happening in real life, mate, and away for the points, he just couldn't keep up with it, mate. So he got in touch with Dan, mate, at What's the Point, and just said, listen, mate, I'm stopping what I'm doing. I'm happily send all my customers to you. And that's when it happened, mate. And I said to Ben, I said, oh, what's happening with thingy? Well, Dan, he's like, I've spoke to Dan, he'll have a chat with you. So I'm dropping my message like, Dan, how are you, mate? Obviously, I've been with Ben, he's sponsored me, giving me points throughout the year, mate. And I hope to work with you. And to be fair, mate, Dan's like, not a problem. He's like, just tell me what you need, blah, 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 mate. And it started for there, mate. And I was getting, I wasn't, like, I didn't rip it out my lap, mate. I was getting 1 or 2 darts sets of points every 2 or 3 months, mate. You know, so and it's just Dan's just grew, mate. Got massive, mate. His points are honestly, his points are unreal, mate. If me and Dan parted ways in December, mate, before the new year started, mate, I would still be a regular customer, mate. I'd still buy my points off him every 2 or 3 months, mate.
I just want to jump in here and say, so obviously I helped Mac out a lot, and Mac, as always, whenever we needed to find a new point sponsor for him, he went and got, and then Mac. Then I said to Mac, sort yourself out. Don't worry about any of the use. Don't worry about. And of course, he ended up. I think Christian. We got Christian with what's the point?
Yep.
And I remember saying to Mac, look, well, if are they that, and he is fussy, right? And I said, look, if are they that good? And he says, Danny, I said, well, if you weren't sponsored by them, would you buy them? And he says, absolutely. And I said to Mac, and we both agreed. We said Dan will be the biggest point sponsor in the UK, and he's going that way. He's absolutely brilliant at what he does.
I remember ages ago just watching him in his little understairs cupboard that he had doing his TikTok lives, just like dremeling every single one of them. Like it's great where he's come from, and that's what I love about this thing.
He's so it's not arrogant. He's so I seen a switch in him Mac, do you remember, like, he just switched and he knew, yes, I am good at this thing, and he's outstanding at what he does. And even he looks after a lot. I'll have to give him half the credit. So when we sign a player, anyone who's signed with me can speak to my sponsors, which is like Elstyle, and what's Dan sorts all them out. He's brilliant. He's really, really good at what he does. He helps Mac out behind the scenes, and he's one of the best. He's actually coming on the podcast when he's back from America, Mac, and that'll be a really interesting one.
Muscle memory.
Isn't it? But he was supposed to make also set of darts for the academy, but because of our name and a certain other,
Yeah, but also, I was actually chatting to him last night on Facebook. We were just messaging each other, and we was kind of chatting about like how well it's going, the sales and stuff like that. But I just can't believe how much these like it costs. And I read somewhere that most of the tungsten billets that come now, they come in 40-gram billets. So unless you, because there's so much wastage there. If you get a 26-gram dart or 24-gram dart, you're wasting 16 grams of tungsten. And at the minute, it's so expensive. Like, so you either got to start. Everyone's got to start using 20-gram darts or 40-gram darts to save the cost. And it's just like it's just absolutely like bonkers, the price of.
They must be able to. You must be able to recycle that tungsten.
You must be able to, because obviously, like when you see it being made, it's like a little square pencil, right? And then it obviously just all gets shaved down as it goes.
You must be able to.
Yeah.
You must be able to melt that. You must be able to put that in a furnace and melt it and then reset it.
But I remember,
we did a TikTok live one night, remember, Mac, and it was with Dom, and then Zach Thornton joined. And that was a conversation. Like for me, I was blew away. I hadn't a clue what they were talking. Like, it was but a lot of people joined that and were really interested in it. You know, just that side of darts. It's a different side of darts altogether. You know, the points and the, you know, it's something I don't know. He told me once someone did a bad review for the Ripper darts because they were racking his board, and he says they're called Ripper party.
But that's not down to the darts. That's down to how you take them out the board.
Well, he says, I mean,
yeah,
if you throw your dart into the board
yeah,
and just pull it, it's going to break your board. Just get an up, down, and then take it out.
Yeah,
but I think like when you fix yourself.
Yeah, so when you see them on the telly now, they do give them a proper jiggle before they take them out, and everyone's caning the Blade X board. I mean, I've not used the Blade X. If someone wants to send me one, you know, I can give it a go and let you know how it is. But I've not used the Blade X. But people forget that the board that they used before that, the triple core 6, looked the same as well. It's because people are using slightly more aggressive points now. And the pros don't really care what the board looks like because it's getting changed after that game. So they don't mind pulling it up and down.
No.
When you're at home, you've got to take a bit more care of your board. Or if you go down the pub, you don't really give like two monkeys sometimes.
No.
But if you're using aggressive points in your board, you've got to like take care of it as well. But if you're using aggressive points and it's ruining your board, guess what? Don't use the aggressive points that you've just bought.
They're called Bipper points.
No, but
yeah, exactly. Yeah,
like,
they're not called smoothies.
It's not the point. It's not. But that's the thing. It's not the point just doing it. It's how they take it out the board. That's what you're meant to do with the darts. You're meant to give them a wee jiggle, then take them out, because the board will automatically heal. Whereas if you just pull it straight out, then you're ripping the sisal out.
Yes, because the size was just twisted around it, and if you're pulling it, it's going to come out with it. It's,
so that's why you should give it a wee a twist and a wee pull, mate. But
I love the bull board, by the way. The bull boards, lovely.
Bull boards are class, mate. I've still got 1, 2.
I mean the blackout of the Blackwood one.
I've still got 4 rotations in mine, mate. I've had that a year. Like I don't.
I've had my precise 180 here just over a year now. The 18 was my 20, and that's the only time it's changed around.
Aye. Like I don't rotate my board. I just wait till the treble 20 is battered, and then I'll rotate it, mate. I don't
treble gold batter, but that was because it was the 19 before.
Nah, I don't rotate it every 2 or 3 days like you're supposed to, mate. I don't mind paying 50, 60 quid every few months, mate, for a new board. So I don't rotate it, mate. But 100% Bulls, if you're watching, Bulls Advantage 7.001, best board I've had. If you like to send me a couple.
Also, they've got a new board coming out next week.
Aye. Oh, there we go. What does your death row 3-course meal?
Me? Oh, start main dessert. Or I can just go main dessert.
It's 3 courses, mate. Your
It won't
choice.
matter after the end of the meal. Do you know what I mean? What way you don't?
Oh, and let's stink the place out. Let's go a bit of French onion soup to start off with. Now, I reckon I would go. God, this is quite hard. Like, this is going to tell you a bit about my diet, right? You've got to go eggs Benedict for a starter. Got to go. That's a strong starter. That I reckon. If you're going to die, stink the place out. Yeah, eggs Benedict. God, I'm not very adventurous with food, so I used to eat like most things and anything. My missus was a vegetarian for 11 years. Now the only thing she eats is chicken. So basically every day I eat chicken for dinner. So just to have a bit of something different, let's go for a lasagna because I've not had one for so long. I've not had it for so long. It's a bit boring, but I've not.
No, yeah.
Is that why
I
you,
can,
is
I
that
can
why you
taste
ended
it
up
right
in
now.
jail?
Yeah.
Is that why you ended up in jail?
Yeah.
It's, a lasagna, mate. It's home hearty comfort food, isn't it? 100%, man.
Give the garlic bread though, because like that's
Oh,
just going to fill
a
me
wee
up.
side of garlic bread is
Yeah.
top tier.
Mac
And then-
loves food. You can just hear how excited he gets. He loves it. Loves it.
I do, mate.
And then if we're going to go for a dessert, if I've got a bit of room, I'm sure I can fit it in because there'd be nothing else going back in there apart from something in the veins. Chocolate fudge brownie.
No.
something like
Double
that.
cream, double cream or custard.
Oh, ice cream, just vanilla ice cream. Big dollop of that on the top.
See, I'm
That'll do me.
I'm not
Oh.
similar to you, but my main course would be the
It's
same.
nearly
Like, very
midnight,
much
but I'm
the
bloody starving now. I've just said that.
same. Mine's is always the
I
same.
had Chinese when you were talking.
Prawn cocktail, prawn cocktail starter, mac and cheese, banoffee pie. Done, man.
He always has to get his name in there somewhere. Like he's shocking.
Yeah.
Like he's promoting.
Well, do you know what? It's prawn cocktail always reminds me of like Christmas. Growing up in Manchester, my mum tried to be posh, and it's so 80s. Prawn cocktail for a start at Christmas. Still does it now, I think.
I love it, mate. Like my wife's grandmate makes the best prawn cocktail, mate. All homemade, apart from not the prawns, but a homemade sauce, mate. Oh, like when we used to go up to Edinburgh for Christmas, I'd always have 2 prawn cocktail starters, mate, and then I would take like she would at the end. She would always make sure at the end there was a big tub left, and she would like, take that home with your son for tomorrow. Love it, man.
See how excited he gets about food. You
Oh,
see that?
mate.
Cheese.
Love it, man. But I love cooking. I love cooking as well, mate. So I've got a passion for cooking, mate. That's something I like doing as well.
That's how you
Yeah,
started in
'cause
TikTok, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, it's really weird because I don't eat 3 square meals. I rarely eat breakfast because I was rushing around first thing in the morning with the kids,
Aye.
then it's straight into work. Lunchtime, if I'm not like, busy or having to rush and do something in the hour I've got quickly, I just smash a Huel down my neck like a liquid Huel, and then I'll have my dinner then I'll have a dinner afterwards. And it's like, so I never really get to have like a proper 3 course of
Aye.
even 3 square meals a day sometimes,
but is it
just because
chicken,
I'm
isn't it?
so time poor. It's just chicken, yeah.
We'll have to
Ah,
we'll have to
chicken
take out for a
or-
meal.
Chicken
We'll have to
chicken
take
on
out for a meal.
dust.
We'll have to take out for a meal, Carlos.
But you know, I reckon if I ate red meat now, it'd feel really weird because I say I used to have a ham sandwich for lunch, and I don't even get to have that anymore. It's like a chocolate milkshake, basically, isn't it?
But
Or
you
a
could be
vanilla one.
adventurous. You could be adventurous.
If anyone
You
wants
could
to
use-
sponsor Carl, you're more than welcome to.
for £2 a day, eh?
Breakfast, yeah, porridge. Just anyone who wants some quick porridge or something. I don't know.
Mate,
Yeah, just something that
porridge,
could
that's
save
what
you
I'll-
some time.
That's what I like. That's what I have for breakfast, mate. Porridge and fresh frozen berries.
So if
Yeah.
you were to have 5 players around for dinner, past or present, dart players, who would that be?
I think it's so easy. I don't know if I would pick anyone that's playing right now.
Oh, right.
And do you know what? Do you know why? Because when I used to watch it on the telly, that was like all the back in the day when they're having fag on the stage and drinking. So yeah, just for the crack, right? Because look, these guys, I don't know them like there, but when they were on the telly back then, you felt like you knew them more because you're seeing them just having a cigarette or drinking and swearing and acting up on stage and stuff. And I think
I would
that's
say
like,
a lot of them playing now would if they were allowed to.
oh yeah,
100%.
100%. Yeah, definitely, of course they would. I reckon
You
they're
can
probably
tell.
off back vaping, having a fag, and having a quick shandy. Why not?
That's your man
Oh, I
there.
know.
But
I know
That's your man
there's
there.
I know there's 2 of them who intervals all go straight off the stage and straight onto a vape.
Yeah,
I remember,
but
I
I
remember the
reckon,
clip of
yeah.
Aston on his mate. Remember he's walking off the stage and he said his mate walked off and he's
And you always see it. You always see him. You always see like Humphreys on the break interval. He'll get into his case and he'll bring his vape out his case and walks off.
Yeah.
Next time he's
There's
playing,
five of them.
next time he's playing, Luke Humphreys is playing when it's interval. Watch, you'll see it. You'll see him taking the vape out his case.
Oh, well, I'm watching that very closely. What's the next thing? Be the Premier League, won't it, for them? Before Denmark this week. Is it Denmark this weekend?
No. But I'm
Nordic?
talking about
Germany.
I'm talking like a Thursday 7 on telly. So you're
Ah,
Premier
yeah.
League.
Oh, yeah. So, you what have a break in the Premier League? Yeah, that's right.
So,
Yeah.
We've
Right.
actually
Who would
got
I
Joe,
have?
with Joe Hunt coming on next week after he comes back from Germany after winning that.
Aye.
It's good.
Do you know what? Actually, out of the current crop, right? I say the current crop. Like people think if I say this, they're thinking about the Premier League current crop. I'm talking about like the top players right now. Andrew Gilding, I reckon he's got some mental stories, and he'd just be a great crack.
He comes
Like
up all
I
the
just
time.
reckon,
That's the
mate.
first to give him. That's the first to put him in their dinner now.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, I'm having Gildings there, and I reckon him and Jockey Wilson would have it off. Them two would just be cane each other all the way through. You'd have to have Bristow because he'd have some stories. Because I think if like when you do about these past and presents, it's all about the stories, not like who I would like to meet. I'd like the people with some good, interesting stories, and
Aye.
those three right there. And I think I'd like to actually go backtrack on what I said. John Lowe, like to get him, like to have him sitting around there. And then I'd actually probably would come back to the modern day. I'd go for MVG because
just straight dinner up now.
it is. But do you know what? It's like if you get a mix of them people together, I guarantee you it'd be a great crack.
Know
Okay.
who I think I'd maybe bring into mind when I said I'd like to bring Bobby George, mate.
Oh yeah.
Because I think the King of Bling would have some amount of stories to tell, man.
You two were like a
Oh,
comedy
God,
act
yeah.
that time, right? Speaking to the
Oh,
Purries.
mate, me and him, I didn't think I could hardly talk to him and play darts, man.
Except our World Cup players. A good luck message. The two of them were fucking could hardly speak.
You sart.
I remember I met Bristow in the most strangest place ever. So where I live near a place called Stevenage. I'm sure most of you have heard of it or know where it is. It's in Hertfordshire. And I bought my son some posters and I wanted to get them framed for his bedroom. And I knew they had a frame in place at the indoor market. So I went down there and I took them. He said, "Oh, come back in 2 weeks and come back and collect them." So I went back 2 weeks later to the framing place, and all of a sudden, the geezer had a dartboard up, and Eric Bristow was in there playing darts against random people and signing autographs. So I met Eric Bristow in Stevenage Indoor Market.
That's wild, man.
That was probably, I want to say, 2010, 2009.
Wow, man. That's
Proper
mental.
random. Like, it wasn't even advertised. I just rocked back up to go and get my pictures that were been framed, and there he was.
My
darling of
was
Stevenage he
random
was at that night.
with the dart player. It wasn't random, but Darren was doing an exhibition with Alan Shooter, and I think I can't remember all the players. And Van Veen was there, and Darren in the backstage was like videoing it, and next thing was FaceTime. Van Veen grabbed the phone and just started abusing me about Man United. Now I wasn't wearing a Man United top, a hat or scarf. He just started Man United are shit, they're shite for about 20 seconds, abusing. Then he just handed the phone back to Darren. What I said, "Did you tell him I support Man United?" He says, "No."
You just
You
got
just
a
look like
face of Man United fan.
Yeah.
I do
Hey,
support Man.
careful, Mac. There's two of us against you here, sunshine.
But no,
It's a shame.
that's a wee random. That was a random one for me.
Aye.
That was,
But well, when you get to meet a couple more at Bullseye, so
oh, dude, that's good. That'll be good. Very good.
no.
So there's a question there. I just wanted to throw that. I always like to make sure this. Mac, do you know where this question came from? It was actually
No.
a guest. It's actually a guest asked this for the next person, and
No, it was
we
me that come up with it, is it not? It was me that mentioned it. I said, I think it's. I said it was about 8, I don't know, 85, 15 or something.
The Mick fell asked it.
Uh,
It was his question for the next guest, and we stole it.
this is for you.
Car, We've got like a
Gal,
poll running
what
to see what
percentage
people
of
think.
darts is mental and what is talent?
Do you know what? I would probably go a very high percentage of it is mental. Uh, if you're not in the right, look, let's say you're an 80, 85 average player. Your head's not in the game. Let's say you've had an argument with the missus, or you've had a crap day at work, or whatever it is. You get to the hockey and your head's not in it. You're not going to play well. But you're talented enough to be hitting 80s and 85 averages. So I'd say the mental side of it is
Absolutely.
probably high. I'd say 90% mental, because anything can affect your game. Like one of the comments there, Aaron said he works like physical job. That's that's obviously not mental, but it's mentally draining that you've been knackered all day. And even if you are, a really great darts player in my eyes, if you're not mentally ready and prepared, you see it you see it when in professional darts all the time. Some of them are off it, they're off it, and you know how good they are. Like, what was it the other week? Luke Littler threw an 83 average, or was it something daft like that? And he's like, that's the worst he will have probably ever played since he was 12.
Aye.
And he just clearly something had gone on that day, and he just wasn't with it. So
No.
I believe
for
that's
me,
what
it's
he
way
had the
high.
advantage of. He
But
had the
I think I
advantage
said
over
that.
everyone there because he
I
had
think
no.
I think I said 90% for mine as well.
Most
Yeah.
people do.
I think it's
depends
between
on sport.
75 and 90 has been the most popular, isn't it?
Yeah. And most pros are on. It's a very high percentage. Like, of
I
course it
reckon
is.
mine's 100% for me, because I ain't got no talent.
But this is the thing. Like I am amazed at how good some people can be at darts. Like it really is. That's why I love it. I love all the different aspects of it. Like it's just it's such a hard sport, and I don't think it gets enough credit. I really don't.
People think
Yeah.
it's just throwing darts at a board, mate. There's like so much more that comes with it, man.
Mental. See, I
Like,
said this. This is why I don't.
what
See, if I had
other,
3 flights,
what other
I'm sorry.
sports? What other
Go ahead.
sports does 3 millimeters cost you? None, man.
I'm not only that. People
Yeah.
shouting and roaring behind you. The pool boys
Aye.
couldn't. The snooker players couldn't do that. Like,
Yeah,
so,
I think one of the things when it's probably one of the hardest solo sports, because in golf it's a solo sport, but you got a caddy telling you what to do. Like he's your coach as well as carrying your bag, he's selecting you, telling you what to do. Tennis, you've got your coach on the side, and it's quiet as a mouse, like you say. Darts, when you get to a certain level, it's like being going to like the football in the 80s, like 2000 hooligans behind you screaming at you, and you've got to be able to hold your own on that. There's no one helping you out on that stage.
Mac, do you remember, Mac, way at the beginning when we first started speaking? It was me, you, and Jerry, I think, doing the live podcast, and I just started the academy up, and I was trying to get it through to parents. If you're below 45 average, don't be signing up to this, because it was like Christian Ennis, and it was like these boys who are averaging about 60, and they could
Aye.
give you a core thumping, and it could ruin. These wee lads are only starting to throw, and the parents were getting really offended. So a couple of parents fell out with me at the very beginning because I was removing them from a competition. I did not want them wee lads get in there and getting thumped, because it could ruin their whole. So, but it took a while for people to realize that like you have to learn to get beat, but there was a certain way to do it. Like we Samuel, there, to be fair to him. No, well, Mac, but I'm
If
talking these
you're
wee boys were 30,
no, but
were 30 average to Christian's 80.
if you're 30, 35, 40 average, you don't want to be. You should be able to play somebody between
Yeah.
45, 40 and 45. Like
Yeah.
50 at a push, maybe, but nothing above that, because you want to be winning there where you're in the legs, you're maybe getting a chance at a double, you're missing a double, then you hit a double and winning the leg. That's what you want to be in, competitive.
Well,
You don't want to just be watching somebody throw darts at a board where
but
you're banging in 26, 31, 45, and the
working,
odd 60, 59, and then you've got other guys banging in 85, 95, ton 20, ton 40. Like, you
working
don't
with
gain
youth,
any confidence with it.
working with the youth, the tiers are wild. But I just want to say
100%.
there, I was talking to Mac off this. See that wee boy Kai car that was
Yeah.
on. That's his, like, so him and Samuel and him have been together through our academy from the very start. I call them Bert and Ernie, and like they're brilliant together, and they've had a real close rivalry. And 1 minute Kai be better, but today when Samuel there's a video on my TikTok. See when Samuel wins, Kai jumps on him, like celebrating that night. I actually text Kai 'cause I wasn't there. And I text Kai, said, "Are you all right, mate?" Just to make sure he's all right. And he texts back, "Couldn't be happier for Samuel." And then I seen that video, and apparently Kai was crying his eyes out. Actually, I'm so happy for Samuel, and that for
Amazing.
me was amazing. Like, I mean, that's just some mentality to have. That wee boy has. Like,
That's good. That's a good bond, mate. Good friendship there, man. That's class.
Now, had it been the other way around, I don't know what way would it. I don't know what way Sammy boy would have been. But listen, I was so proud to hear that from Kai, because like it's I say to the youth all the time, it's you just focus on your game. What he's doing over there, he has his own path. He could be doing this now and then go back, and you just focus on. And it's hard because sponsorships and stuff at the minute, people are getting this and people are getting that, but you're you, and it'll happen for you when it happens.
No, 100%.
Yeah, do you know what? It's my son is 6 and he plays in a very good level of football. For his age, he's in various different things. He's his own at 6 years old, and it's not a trait I like from him. He's his own worst critic. His coaches, ex-professional footballers, me, other parents around him tell him constantly how good he is. He's so harsh on himself, and I think if you've got people encouraging around it, it's like he's trying to snap them out of that. And he'll learn because he's 6 and he's obviously just going through a bit of a Bobbins phase at the minute. But like having them people around you, like big cheerleaders, that's great. And the fact that your lads are doing it, I think it's just testament to the way you're helping them, Danny, and that can only help them get better.
Yeah, but maybe the wee boy though, it's not a bad thing that he's being critical, because that could be we could think, oh, for he's doing this here, but he's thinking, why did he be doing this? Maybe it's not a bad thing, to different ways. I don't know.
Yeah, but when he's 6 trying to do Rabonas and rainbow flicks, he's like, rubbish, I can't do it. It's like, yeah, but like the ball's bigger than you, nearly, mate.
That's a different thing. That's a different thing.
It's like if he was trying to play darts now, he's like trying to throw it from my hockey up here, but like, mate, of course you can't do it because it's like it's difficult, and it's
I'll give you an example. Lee Shields, RE Lee, was at a vault the other day. This does make me laugh. Mac knows Lee. He calls himself steady with an 85 average. That's steady, right? But he come back. There's a couple of boys at the vault, and he come right. You'd have thought someone had a big slap in the face. He come over. I seen a big grumpy face. I said, "What's wrong with you?" I was on for 100 hours there, and I didn't get it. I says, "Well, what'd you end up with?" He says, 87. And I says, "Lee, get away on." I says, "Don't you come back here until you have 100 hours." Where he goes, the two boys beside were like, "Is he serious?" And I was like, "Oh, he is serious, yeah. Like he's serious." But I says, "I wasn't, but he's serious. He's that's I don't know. How do you? He's annoyed at hitting the 87 average."
Yeah, well, do you know what? How the other half live, eh?
No, 100%. You're right there, mate.
Oh,
It's
it's
mad though, but
insane.
I think people too many people, too many kids, mate, are suckered into that
Of course.
average thing. It just sucks them in. You're like, forget about it. Like it's only
I
relevant for that game.
do agree, but you think of what I do. Averages are hypocritical. I look at averages, but
That's what I
consistently, I know
said.
what
If reader averages thingy, look at the first 9, mate, because if reader average, the difference between it tells you that you need to work on your doubles.
Yeah.
I
had a few games yesterday. My highest 3-dot average was like 80 something. I think it was like 88, 89, something like that.
Good.
And then I ended up finishing off at like 62. So it was so what I do a lot is I'll go through a bit of a lull in the middle of a leg. So I'll start well, go through a lull, and then I can finish well. And it's just a weird thing.
Well, I know.
Like, yeah.
But you're right on, mate. That's a mentality thing as well, mate. You've just got to set yourself up for it, mate. And go on the drive there or the walk there, tell yourself, right, I'm winning this tonight. Nobody in there's beating me tonight. Give yourself that self-confidence.
What was the advice you give Christian in the first
Me?
year? Yep, and he does it now. What was the advice you give him?
When you walk into a venue, own it.
Mm-hmm. And he does that now.
There's no point in walking into a venue and thinking, "Oh, I'm going to get beat here." Just give the guy a turn and walk out.
Yeah,
If you're walking in there and putting the big orange number into the guy's palm, then you want to be walking back out with more than that.
So, Cart, do you play outside? Like, I asked you at the very, very beginning this about 80s. you don't play? Do you play outside of the house in pubs or in a pub league or?
Yeah, I've toyed with it. I was going to do ADC and then won the Vault series like near where I was, but the venue so it was quite far away. My nearest one's quite far away, but they was going to get my local snooker pool darts hall involved, but they couldn't agree it. The venue was like, I can't block it out because it'll put the regulars off and blah blah
It's
blah.
hard.
But I mean, it would have been good for both of them, but he just didn't want to put his regulars off because it's been a pool and darts hall for
Aye, fair enough.
30 years, and so it was a
Costs the venue
shame.
more than what you think too.
Yeah.
The venue has to pay the venue pay the.
Yeah, exactly.
Aye.
Yeah, so he was like, if I'm losing business and then having to pay to lose business, it didn't make much sense. But so the nearest one for me is actually about a 35-minute drive, which is not that far, but I don't want to have to go and drive an hour round trip to get my arse handed to me like three losses in a row. It's like it's not much fun, right? But my local pub there, they're just finished their league, but I'll be going over there and starting the new season over there because it's not that I've got much more time, but now my son's football seasons are finishing. I've got more free evenings, so I can go and do that. And that's what I said to you is like for me, it's finding the time. I don't want to go and join a team and then be at a decent level with them and then let them down like I can't do this week, I can't do that week. Yeah,
back to spin circle, back to that again, going level with them.
I'm
that's it. So
Danny,
I'm going
to have to jump, mate, because my battery's about to go.
No, listen here, 100%. I'm happy up for that, and we'll clip it up. And thank you for everyone watching. We've maintained a good enough steady, as Lee would say, steady
100%.
number.
All I'm going to say is before my battery dies is, mate, Carl, thank you very much for your time, mate. And I'm very happy to be on board, mate.
mate, it's my pleasure, and my thing is about helping people, and what you guys do, you're helping the kids and helping the next generation through. I want to help people, whether it's through chopper darts, through darts DNA. That's just kind of like what I want to do. I want to make sure that everyone's on the path to improving. And everyone can work together. The game's going to be in a better place, right? And it starts from the grassroots level.
Yeah, well, as I said, when we first spoke, that one side thinking about sponsorship, I usually am. Right, Mac, either way. I usually
Mac.
would be, but like when you mentioned to me last night, it made me really happy that we came to, and like fair play to you because you don't have to do that, and I appreciate it. The parents appreciate it. Every single one of the players, by the way, that you rang me and said thank you to me, and that means a lot. I said that to my partner. I says I don't care if the parents told them to do or not, but I'm very and that's why I help these boys out and I put them forward for the likes of yourself because they are that nice, and it's not just about how good they are in the hockey, it's about off the hockey and representing me and your badge.
Well, exactly, and it's about giving opportunities to people, I think. And when it comes to sponsorship, look, as someone who's trying to make a living out of things, of course there's a selfish interest in there. I want eyeballs on Darts DNA, but I want eyeballs on Darts DNA because I believe in the project. I believe in it. And having people like yourself and all the shops that are signed up and the other academies that are, on board with it as well, it's a good thing for them to have it, but also it's good for the actual other side of it. For me, it's great to see people grow. And if I can help people in any way, whether it's small or big or whatever, then it's what I'm all about.
You asked me off this about we're talking about, and you said about why people would come the Ruthless or whatever, and so the way I explain it is, and if I had the likes of Christian, if you have the likes of Christian there, and then you have the likes of Lee Shields and Thomas, if you're a parent and you're going, I wouldn't mind actually sending my child there because look at the success rate.
Yeah.
And it's like, as I say, I don't coach them. I have a bit of crack with them. And I do all other things, and I like have the tournaments and all. I send them to other academies to do their JDC routines and all. Like but the company, like when they get together, it's great. It's just a wee stable and building, and the support in the wee group and all. It's class. Like so, you would come to Ruthless because of the facts are there. I told you what they were going to win last night. I told you who was going to win what, who's going to win. And I know the players. I know how to deal with them. Samuel, I knew how to deal with Samuel. I knew to keep him. Didn't do anything with him until it's management really. It's a
and
I love it. Like.
And the fact you can bring them in and look, because there are academies are popping up everywhere, but it's about what you do with the kids. It's like, so it's not just about getting them to play darts, it's getting them, because look, the academy will take them to a certain place, but then it's up to people like you to get them involved in a tournament and get them actually get them there and supporting them, because it's great to help people, you know, to still the way I need to phrase it right. So it's great to get them to a level, but it's like, what you can do with that talent now? And then somebody like you can come in and go, right, this is what we're going to do with the talent. You've developed them. You're the guys getting them to a level. I'm going to put them in the shop window. I'm going to get them noticed, and I'm going to get them playing and believe in themselves, because I believe in them. And as I said before to, you know, both of the lads who popped on, if you've got someone who believes in you, you should take that as a massive compliment, because, you know, that's a big thing. Like having, if you've got a boss that doesn't believe in you, you know, you're not going to be happy, right? If you've got a boss that believes in you, you'll run through brick walls for them.
Yeah, like even you reached out to me, like that made me, like that was nice to. You get messages all the time from people, but I mean, it's nice for people to acknowledge me as what I'm doing, reaching out to me. And it used to be I was running about trying to get sponsors and stuff, you know what I mean? But now people are reaching out to us, and it's good to see. But that comes, the parents are, a few of them are texting me saying, thanks very much for what you're doing. And I'm saying, but it is me, but they're easy to promote. Some of them are just like what they're doing. They're doing the hard work. I'm just having to put it out there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know,
Exactly.
It's easy to promote someone who's people who are doing what they're doing. You know. But listen, Carl, it's been a pleasure. It's
a bit later than we'd planned. I should be in bed now, or at least watching match of the day.
Well, I'm going to go back and watch. I'm going to go back and break this down and watch it over again. And if I don't like it, we'll have to do it over again. You know.
That's right. We could do it a bit earlier though next time, yeah. And also we'll get rid of this so I can sit down for this. What is it? 2 hours, 12 minutes stood up. Yeah.
I had a Chinese in between it, though.
So I don't. Do you know what? As most people, I sit down most of the day. So standing up, having a stretch, I'll go lie down in my bed in a bit. I'll go upstairs. Missus will be snoring by the time I get up there, because I won't be going straight to bed now. But look, I've really enjoyed this, mate, and I'm really looking forward to seeing like where the boys go that, you know, we're involved in. Hopefully, we can get some more.
Yes,
like with under Darts DNA, and you know,
sorry, go.
And I'm really looking forward to our partnership, what we can do together, and, you know, the connections that we've both got, and, you know, can help us both grow. I think, you know, for people watching, you know, if you're thinking about sending your kids somewhere, send them Danny's way. If you're thinking about switching dart barrels, have a look at Dart DNA.
There we go. And that's
everyone's a winner.
That's it. That you get out the better than me. Thanks very much, sir. You're an absolute gentleman, and good luck.
Danny, I'll probably speak to you tomorrow, mate. Take care. Have a good night.
Bye bye.
Bye, mate.